Hello, welcome to Humblewood Younderbound, Hail and Well Met, or whatever I typically say here. Hi, I'm Derek Sword. I am your GM for this game. I am joined, as always, by the lovely people that you see around me. We're playing Humblewood, or Humblewood Younderbound. There we go. Let's go ahead and combine those. Humblewood is a 5e campaign setting created by Hit Point Press, who we are now affiliated with. If you are looking to get any Hit Point Press stuff, why don't you go ahead and use our link? It'd be super great. It'd be super neat. We also are using Hit Point Press licensed music, which you can currently hear. This song individually is called The Humblewood. So if you enjoy these tunes, please pick those up, which you can also find on their website. But they've got a lot of great stuff up there. They have like a Heckna and they have what do I call them, like spell cards, but they're like the holographic ones like we used to collect when we were kids. So there's some really cool stuff over there. Check it out. Yeah, also, I should say before I have these lovely people introduce themselves and we do a recap when we jump into the game, that this game is in support of Fauna and Flora International. Fauna and Flora International is a wonderful organization that we partnered with last season and continue to do this season. They are a worldwide ecology preservation foundation. So they work to preserve environments, the animals there within, and try to find balance between ever-encroaching human society and the environments that we encroach into and the animals that live there. So if you have a couple extra bucks sitting around and you're like, I would like to put this towards a great cause, Fauna and Flora International is one of those great causes. And if you donate, if you are willing and able, both those things being important together, then you can impact this game. You can give crits, you can give advantages, you can give complications, you can maybe even name a boat. Stuff like that and more can be yours, or technically the players, because you're being generous that way. Also, just to say that this is a Sword and Key game, you can find all of Sword and Key stuff, including our affiliate ships and our ongoing philanthropic endeavors for not just this game, but others. So you can get discounts and put your money towards a great cause, all in one place at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can also join our Discord there, and you can also, this is the last day, but you can apply to play in one of 5 Halloween one-shots coming up next month. So we are closing the application at 10 p.m. Pacific time. So you still got some hours. It's less than 12 hours from now. The application will close. So if you want to be considered towards it, put your name out there. All that said, I'm gonna have these lovely people introduce themselves. So Shadow, if you don't mind starting us out.
Gosh, it takes me by surprise every week.
Every week.
Let's see if week 12 is the same. Hi, I'm Shadow. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I'm gonna be playing Clarence, who is our College of the Road. Wait, hold on, I had a thing for this. Who is our College of the Undead Road Bardlock.
I don't like undead roads. I wouldn't run on those.
I don't know what you mean.
It's just a graveyard.
Let's workshop it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's just a graveyard and a Land Rover. I hate that. Okay. Thank you, Shadow. Next up, Liz.
Hi, friends. I'm Liz. My pronouns are she and they, and I'll be playing Betty. Betty.
Right?
Yep. Betty. And yeah, Herald of the Storm, Barbarian, for the very first time, Barbarian. So it's great. We're here. It's Sunday. Let's do this.
It's Sunday. It's before noon. I tell Anniek that I give Anniek 1 EU time slot, and the rest of us get to be tired, and it all works out. Bright Paw. We have a bright stream and a bright paw. It's easy.
Thank you, because honestly, my brain was like bright.
You can play a character with like 3 names last time, so
Yes.
yeah, it's okay. Liz does this too.
She's an honorary bride stream, so either works.
That's right. It's like your Catholic name is like it's Betty Brightstream Brightpaw. Next up, Queon.
Hello, you beautiful people. First of all, I love this cast, and I love all of the shenanigans, but I will be playing Soren Dryspell, the most unlucky little lizard circle of the sand druid, and he's just happy to be here.
We're happy to have him. I actually want to shout this out because like we've all been there. We've all had tech issues, and I want to shout out how awesome Queon is for pushing through, for being an amazing person, putting on a smile during the game, and dealing with the frustrations that are always out of our control, which are tech issues. So massive shout out for like not giving up, for persisting through, and just being an all-around amazing person. Absolute shout out to you.
Stop.
No, it's my right. I never mute myself. Next up, Anniek.
Hi, my name is Anniek, and I get to play Mochi Brightstream, a humble, adorable little Maypeg cleric with a little bit of a trickery background who really likes like dark, nighty things and has never done anything wrong in her entire life.
So, some of those things are true. Some of those things are true. When you say dark nighty things, that also makes me think that Mochi definitely has done a Joker cosplay, like a Heath Ledger Joker cosplay once or twice.
Also, she sometimes uses thaumaturgy to like go behind people and go,
I am the night. Yeah, justice.
she does.
Where is she? Like who? Last but absolutely not least, Christian.
Hey everybody, hi, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internets. I'm a TTRPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space, and today I will be playing Argus Ironclaw, King of the Crest Mountains, Swiss Strigg, Scofflaw Fighter, I believe that the class is. It's been a hot minute since I looked at what the
Got
class
it one.
is.
Yeah, that's it.
Sick! Pronouns are he, him, so are his.
Incredible. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you all, as always, for being here. Thank you to you in the audience. I should say that donations during the game are very much appreciated. If you do like subscriptions, anything like that, it does go towards the channel. Just a heads up on that. But going towards the channel does help us get from the red to the black, and hopefully one day reach our ultimate goal of paying our players. So all that said, I believe we have a recap prepared. So the floor is yours, Anniek. Anniek, yes.
Promise to stay under 3 hours and there are no puppets. You're welcome. Hi, Mom and Dad. It is I, your favorite daughter, Mochi. I'm sure you're both doing well. And now before I go into more detail, I need you to read very carefully, for I shall write this only once. I've included 2 letters, one for each for you, and you're not allowed to share them with each other. The letter for Dad is just for him, and the letter for Mom is just for her. Trust me, it's better this way. Love, Mochi. Hey, Dad! You wouldn't believe how exciting things have been. We made it to Salter's Port with Buttercup and Greg, and we picked up a letter from the Pirate King himself. Can you imagine? He's still going on about the artifact thing we're carrying, but don't worry, we've got everything under control. There's still this drama with the Mercenary King and his wife, fiance, girlfriend, significant other, life partner, but it's nothing we can't handle. And, even the Postal Service considers Betty family now. Her cool new net was in the bomb-proof family mail vault. Oh, and the most cool thing, Soren, the Tilia guide, he got a letter from his sister. Turns out she didn't know he was frozen in ice for a few months. So I helped send a message back with half magic. It was pretty cool. She sounded a little pissed though, so I hope she's alright. Highlight of the day, definitely crates that spilled down the twisty cliff thing. Turns out they were full of slimes. But we jumped into action. I was right there. I was casting spells left and right, and we handled it so smoothly. Even though the gray slime got really big at one point, Argus banished it with his hammer. He's so cool. And the humble folk were super grateful, and it feels really good knowing we're doing something important. Hope things are not as exciting back home. Can't wait to tell you more when I get back. Love, Mochi. Hi, Mom. So, Argus nearly died, but we're all okay now. We got to Salter Sport, and we went to get the mail, and we saw a huge-ass boat ship thing, and things were going pretty good. And then a couple shipping crates broke open, and there were some slimes inside. And not just any slimes. No. 2 slithering trackers, you know what those are like. And a gray slime that really wanted to cause trouble. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did lie to Dad, but things got a little hairy for him. The gray one even turned invisible and started growing bigger. And then at one point, it nearly engulfed and murdered Argus. Which is terrifying. But he's really strong. And we used a bit of magic and swing of his cool hammer, and we took care of it. And then we had to keep killing the smaller tracker slimes because they keep splitting into. I know it sounds a bit dangerous. Don't tell Dad. We worked together. We handled it. Betty is awesome. She bit one of those things. It was disgusting. I loved it. Clarence is a little bit upset about the legality of the whole thing, though, because there's no way those slimes should have been in such shoddy crates. I agree with him, honestly. But everything's fine now. It's just part of the adventure. And I promise I'm being careful-ish. And I'll keep you updated. Love, Mochi.
Incredible. Very well done, Anniek. I didn't time you, but no, definitely under 3 hours. No puppets.
Yay.
Please enjoy that point of inspiration.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's jump back into things here. So let's get rid of our comfy, cozy Humblewood music, and you find yourselves at Salter's Port. We finally got there. You have made your way down the switchbacks, past all of the broken boxes and bits of ooze that you all are kind of, sloughing off of yourselves and kind of treading through and not trying to step too much in, like, wiping your feet in the grass to try to get it out of your fur and perhaps even webbed toes. It is storming. The storm has officially rolled in, and there is thunder rumbling above. The rain is pounding down to make the port kind of this very grayscale kind of appearance, where all the color that you had seen when the sun was still shining from afar, and all of these brightly colored houses have all kind of faded away. The color almost washed away with the rain itself, to where everything now just seems gray and dreary. There are still people milling about on the port. Still people that are, have their hoods up, they have their rain slickers on, trying to move boxes, still keep the shipments going, because business doesn't slow with rain, especially when you work on a ship. You can see that there are definitely some folk that aren't as busy, who stoke their pipes, or maybe store their pipes away rather, and go inside to a tavern, or maybe even their local domicile, just anything where you can see through the windows, these glass panes, that there seems to be fires stoked to kill away whatever cold the rain is bringing in. You can see that all the ships have their sails sheathed, so there are no one's blowing out to sea not tonight. But yeah, the day kind of seems washed away too. It's only a little bit past noon, yet it almost seems late evening with how dark it's become. What would you all like to do?
Can I, question about, because last time things happened, my armor got fucked up shit.
You do have a bunch of acid holes in your armor. Your armor is not
I need
as
to get that repaired as
optimal
fast
as it could have
possible.
been. Yes.
I think. So.
Yeah.
Is there
are you looking for a blacksmith? Are you looking for a general store?
I got a blacksmith or a general store, so I'll just get this thing repaired.
Sure. So let's see. Looking around the port, you can definitely see there are some shops. Give me a perception check.
Perception. What's that? That's a plus. That's an natural 20. Let's see. It's
Dang,
24.
Okay. Okay. So looking around, you can see that you can see a number of shops kind of like in the general area where you are. You're not all the way down at the port, although you are it's almost like there's 3 levels to Sulcher's Port. There's the highest peak where you all or the cliffside where you all came down. You went down the switchbacks, and this seems to be like the bustling area of businesses, and where some people live, but most people seem to live on the top of the cliffside or even along the cliffside itself. So finding yourself in the business area, that's kind of where there's carts moving about. You're like on a muddy street, and there's businesses kind of lining the road here.
Yeah.
So looking around, you can see that there is a tavern on the corner with some lights, some lanterns out kind of that are welcoming you in. However, a tavern's probably not going to be a place to get your armor fixed.
That would be amazing, though.
Yeah. You do know it's called the Hornblower.
Mm-hmm.
You do see that there is a general store where you can see a bunch of carts are kind of unloading boxes, maybe for whatever they brought in to be sold here. The shop is called the Marguerite. And it lists itself as a general store, perhaps a place where you could have things mended, perhaps a place where you could get a new set of armor. But with a natural 20, you can hear that very familiar sound that Argus probably would have heard all through his childhood of metal on metal. The sound of a hammer, that ting ting of a hammer hitting metal through or with an anvil on the other side. And following that noise, you would round the side street to your left, and following it down, you can see the glow of a crucible being stoked, and you can smell the smoke that is being stoked out of that fire, indicating that there is a blacksmithery further down.
I think Argus, just knowing where he's going, smelling the smells and hearing the sounds, Argus will make his way inside.
Okay.
If anyone's following him, that's free on them. It's just he's something immediately he has to get done, because he cannot go anywhere with crappy armor, because someone bought this for him, and he does not want to get them mad when they see that.
I think
Sure.
Mochi would like elbow Clarence. Let's go. Should we tell Argus we have mending, or should we just go chill in the tavern while he does this?
Technically speaking, I don't have mending. I just have prestidigitation, so I could make the holes look like they're not there, but they'll still be there.
I could technically fix them, but he seems very, set on a course, so...
Yeah.
You're not supposed to argue with the king, right? That's how it goes.
No, but the king does have advisors.
Excuse me, my... Shit, what was the word?
Liege?
Liege!
Just Argus. Just Argus. No liege talk, please. Not from you guys.
As your advisor in all things clerical, I have mending. It's free. It's a cantrip.
Does that heal all?
Well, I may have to cast it a bunch of times for every hole, but yeah.
Oh. And just before he's about to answer, he just stops. If you're offering, I won't stop you.
I mean, I don't think we're swimming out to the boat right now, so if you, buy lunch, I'll mend your armor. I'm hungry.
And you'll stop, and he'll immediately turn towards Moch.
Yay! Lunch and fixing things. I'm already loving today. Not to deprive Derek of a shopkeep, but I know our funds aren't amazing.
The reason I put that there is just in case you all do want to supply yourselves with different things. I will also note that Betty, since you do live here, if you want to go home and get anything from that you might have otherwise not have brought to the Humblewood, you're welcome to visit your home, and we can kind of talk over what would be there.
Sure.
Because I think before Mochi was like, yeah, we're just going to go to the Humblewood. We're going to go to the Alderheart. It's beautiful and really nice. And you're like, oh, well, I just need to bring some fish. And now you're like, oh, I'm going on an adventure to a faraway land.
In the world, I guess. Whoops.
Yeah.
Maybe I should grab my extra battle axe. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, everyone has one. Everyone has a spare battle axe.
A spare battle axe for sure. For sure.
Spare battle axe.
It's
Like,
just
under
in
the
the closet.
floorboard. Yeah.
For sure.
See, everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Everyone's got one. Everyone's got like a
Oh, look
sword
at
or
that.
a weapon. It's incredible.
Why?
Under the floorboards, under your pillow. It depends on what you. Anyway,
Exactly.
Okay. So it sounds like
Under
we are
the
going
pillow's the
to
emotional support battle axe.
Yeah, it depends on the
Yes,
lease. It's
emotional
fine.
sport battle. It's allowed on planes. So it sounds like we're going to the Hornblower.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Then yes, going into the Hornblower, like you can hear as you are getting closer and closer, the sounds of like music begin to fill your ears as the kind of like the sound of pitter-pattering rain, almost like a staccato, adds to the tempo of this liveliness, as it is a stormy day in Salter's Port. So the Hornblower is alive within, with all different types of sailors and locals who have sought shelter within these wooden walls. The Hornblower itself is, from the outside, actually a pretty decent looking building. It's not as ramshackle as a lot of the other buildings might be around here. It seems like it stood here for a very long time and has this very weathered, almost like barrel oak type wood boarding to the outside with this white trim, and a hanging sign that says Hornblower on it. And as you all open the door, the sound and the sound of music, the smell of pipe smoke and the fire smoke within, the smell of beer, it all just like hits you all at once, along with the cacophony of well over 100 voices as you look around the room to see all different types of humble folk, most of whom are probably local to the Humblewood, although you do see a couple that might be newer to, a couple of goat-appearing individuals. You even notice an Aloran, a single cat person towards the back. I'll throw that towards Argus, but we'll carry over that nat 20. And then behind the bar, you can see that there are two Vulpins. To your eyes from here, almost nearly identical looking fox folk.
Any surf dudes?
Surf dudes? Sure. We could say that towards the back corner, like with all of the piratry going on, like, you know, there's Aragorn in the corner of this this kind of establishment. There's also just like some surf dudes who have their surfboards posted up, and they're like, I'm not sure this is the place for us, guys.
Mochi just wants to do like the hang 10 sign at them while they find like a table.
Oh, chill. Okay, no, we're cool. We're allowed. All right.
You're allowed. You're cool here.
We're here.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Ride the wave, dude. Ride the wave.
Riding that wave. Why is that man with one eye staring at me?
Don't worry about it.
With the one eye staring at me.
I assume there's a table.
Oh yeah, no, there are tables. You could absolutely sit at the bar as well. But yes,
Well,
very
I need
very
a place to
cinematically.
put armor.
Yes, very cinematically in a crowded bar. There's a table that can accommodate exactly how many people there are with you.
Perfect.
We race to get to the table as another party tries to get to it with the exact same purpose. We're like, no.
Yeah, you push past the hostess. You're like,
Yeah.
excuse us, we have reservations.
Just point at Betty. She lives here. Don't worry about it.
She lives here. It's fine. We're fine.
Heroes of the Humblewood.
And we brought a local.
Yeah,
Oh, you get
basically
the local
like
discount.
yeah, like
Yeah.
everybody kind of walks in. Betty's pulling up the rear, and she's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" Shaking hands, like clapping people on the shoulder as she walks
Yep.
by. Just like she knows everybody.
This is
She's
some real Outer Banks vibes you're giving me right now. This
Love that.
is some Folly Beach bullshit that you're throwing down.
Oh,
Okay.
Thorin's
Okay.
gonna go up to Betty if it's possible. Excuse me, I have to give it the voice. Miss Betty.
yes.
I don't know how to say this properly, but you kind of got fucked up in the last battle. Are you okay?
Well, you're not wrong. But I think I'll be all right. You know, we're gonna I don't think the ship is going anywhere tonight. I think we should probably check in with the captain once we've had a chance to rest for a bit. But I think I don't think we're going anywhere this evening with the storm. So I think I'll probably have a chance to rest.
Okay.
So I think I'll be okay. I appreciate you though. Thank you. That's very kind.
Of course. You know, you're scary. I just want to stay on your good side.
Betty like actually looks slightly horrified that someone said she was scary. She like
Like, I didn't mean it like that. I kind of meant like when you are raging, you ate one of the slimes. That was a lot. And it was terrifying. And then when you get mad, you go and there's all this stuff that comes out of you. It's kind of cool, but also just a little scary.
it's just a little scary. I think she kind of pauses for a moment, letting that sort of sink in. Like, I don't think Betty's ever really thought about what her rage looks like to other people, because for her it just feels like a very clear sort of cold calm, like deep dark ocean cold. And so I think that kind of sinks in for a moment, that obviously other people are going to see this differently. What a concept. I'm sorry that it frightened you.
Oh no, don't be sorry. It's fine. You did great though.
Just doing what I do. You've given me some things to think about, Soren. Thank you.
Hopefully good things. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
No, don't apologize. I would much rather have you be honest than keep things from me. We're going to be traveling together, and we can't keep secrets. We have to be able to trust each other.
You say that, and it's just like being honest with people. Okay. I think that's something that we can do. And also, it looks like you know a lot of people here. You're from here, right?
This is my hometown.
So are we gonna stay at your house tonight, like we stayed at Mochi's?
She kind of stops and thinks about it. Thinks about how big her house actually is. I haven't thought about Betty and like Betty's family, because obviously she has a family.
Sure.
Of course.
Would you like some questions to try to think this out real quick?
Sure, I would love that.
Okay.
So
So
sorry.
Betty obviously has family.
Yeah.
Is Betty an only child?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. I think she's got a couple of siblings.
Are they local, or do they live further in the riverways, or are they maybe out to sea?
Great question. I would say she probably has like 2 or 3 siblings, and probably 2 of them have stayed local and 1 of them has gone off. So, and I would think that they've all stayed at home. So they probably have a house big enough to accommodate extra people when they come to stay. Like if their remaining sibling who has ventured off comes and brings their family with them, they have enough room for everybody. So
It's kind of a Brightstream situation, minus
Yeah.
all of the steampunk aspects. Yeah.
yeah,
lot more nets and barrels of fish.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely room at our place. Sure. You'll get to meet my parents.
Mochi, did you hear that?
Mochi's probably already met Betty's parents.
Yeah.
Rather than having Mochi stay on the beach or in the tavern, she's probably just stayed with Betty since they started hanging out.
Mochi invented couch surfing in this place.
Well, I can't wait. and then I'm just gonna go over and just like watch what Mochi's doing and very intent on. Oh, what's this? What's going on here?
I
Very
think
inquisitive.
Mochi would have like asked nicely because Argus buys lunch, Mochi fetches the armor. I picture in a place like this they have like a catch of the day menu item,
Definitely.
and
yeah.
then also a yesterday's catch menu item that is cheaper and more
Very
suited for
discounted,
Maypacks considering their poison resistance. So Mochi would have ordered yesterday's catch.
Okay.
Because it gets more flavorful over time.
Oh yeah, and it's a crab stew in a bread bowl. So absolutely, it has been simmering for well over 48 hours now. It is I'm
Perfect.
sorry, it's not question. It is a lot of flavor.
Yes.
It's the word simmering that
It's-
got me.
I like how it's simmering in a bread bowl. The sogginess levels are.
It's
Oh no,
disgusting.
God forbid the bread bowl simmering. No, I'm not a monster.
False.
No, Mochi's gonna lean on that Maypag poison resistance and eat yesterday's scrap stew. And just like one paw to eat, one paw to cast mending.
It's like in the whiskers. Yeah.
Yo, absolutely. Look,
So
she's been taught you're not allowed to wash your food in inns anymore. Because previously she get like little water bowls so you can wash your food before
That's
you eat
right,
it.
yeah.
But apparently that's not what we do in polite society. So now she's just eating like a pig, like the rest of them.
Mochi, you'll have to spend probably about 10 minutes, maybe 10 to like 15 on this, just because it was literal like mechanical
Yeah.
deterioration to this.
I
But I don't
think
see
she'd
any
combine,
reason with
if
this
she
to work.
has to, she would do, she'd add like bits of scrounge craft to the mending.
Oh great. Okay.
You know, like take bits of leather and pieces and make the hole small enough so the mending will keep it.
Yeah, we've
combine it
established
together.
you have a bag with just stuff in it. So yeah, I think when the metal doesn't connect all the way, you might just like pop an extra piece in there. And aesthetically, with your magic, why don't you go ahead and just give me an Arcana roll? Let's see all together how this comes together. It's going to be fixed, but aesthetically, how good does it look?
Let me find my raccoon die, because this is an important roll. King's gotta look regal. Remind me how inspiration works. Is that after your roll, but before you know the result?
You can roll it's an advantage. I'm not picky about advantages.
Okay. I will use my advantage because the first roll is a 2, and he will not be wearing patchwork.
Okay.
We already gave someone patchwork, and she exploded. We're not doing that again.
I would say that's a correlation, not a causation, but I understand your consideration there.
Arcana. Oh no, I untrained Arcana. 16?
I think a 16 is pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
There's definitely like a little bit of pockmark, like there's a little bit of scarring to it.
makes
That
it
would
look
indicate
cool.
that like, hey, this is not fresh out of the box, freshly forged armor. Like this armor is put to use and has seen at least one combat, which I don't think is the worst thing for a bandit king. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's a little bit of like acid damage, just kind of that pock marking. It's very much like Alien versus Predator is what I'm seeing in my head. I don't know if that reference goes across the board for everybody. But yes, the armor is fixed, is back to its normal AC, and it looks pretty badass.
Nice. She might put Clarence to like press to digitate the crap stew off it a little bit before Arcus gets it back.
Yeah, Clarence isn't there currently while you're currently doing this, but yeah, when Clarence returns.
Just before Argus puts it back on, basically.
Yeah.
It's no
What is-
reason
what is
for the king
Clarence
to
up
smell
to?
like fish.
Yes, fair. What is Clarence up to, Shanna?
So I think having walked into this quite lively, warm space, everyone rushed to the table. Mochi started on the armor. Betty and Soren are making friends. Argus is probably brooding and overseeing Mochi. Clarence kind of felt a little left out, I think.
Okay.
I think walking into like this like big space with all these people connecting, And Clarence right now, like, doesn't have a job, like, isn't helping anybody right now. And so I think Clarence kind of, like, sifted through the crowd and, like, looked back a couple of times to see if anybody, like, wondered where he was, and then kind of like went out like the back door. I'm assuming like all good
For sure.
taverns, respectable places have back doors, and like walks out. I'm picturing like it's like an alleyway. There's like the barrels stacked up of all the supplies, and there's like an overhang.
Yes.
You know, because obviously by the
Yeah, it's
by the
basically
water.
the back alley from Bob's Burgers, but like more like seaside with humble folk. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Claire just kind of walks out there and like takes in the silence and takes in the rain. And then will turn their thoughts to their satchel and to their newfound friend in their satchel. Hey, Cal. Are you there? So thank you for giving me the new spells. I'm assuming they're from you. I haven't really consumed any other awkward things recently. But thank you. I think they really helped save my friends.
I'm very glad, Clarence. I'm glad to hear that you're putting your newfound powers to good use. It was the least I could do for all that you've done for me. You've been such a generous friend.
Really? I don't really feel like I've done anything.
Well, look at where I am right now, Clarence, so very far from where I had been for so very long. And through you, I have heard and seen so many marvelous things that have changed so very much since
That's
I was unfairly locked away.
Okay, well. We're not, I don't know about, okay. Anyway. So Cal, what was Saltersport like back in your day?
Oddly enough, not too dissimilar. Many ships coming in, many going out. There was a head perch guard here who kept things running incredibly well. I'm trying to remember his name. Skykeeper something. A coast guard, I suppose is what they called themselves. He was a good friend of mine. He always made sure that anything that came in was not put under too much scrutiny for me. And I paid him handsomely for it.
Oh, so he was like an employee then.
He was a business arrangement, but I also think that he was a friend. He and I actually used to come to this very tavern that you find yourself in the alleyway of, and drink together in the far back corner. In fact, if they haven't changed too much, I bet you might find my initials carved under the table back there. A bit of idle handry.
Oh. So like, was that when you were like really young, or like when you were still old?
You do have a talent for words, Clarence. It has been a very, very long time since I was very young. I unfortunately was not afforded the privileges of youth. I grew up a little too fast and had to make my way in the world earlier than I would have liked.
Yeah. I can feel that. I'm only 26. And that's not even like a quarter of my lifespan, you know?
Look at all that you've done.
I've done a
Hero
lot.
of the Humblewood.
I am a hero of the Humblewood, and it's pretty awesome. Okay, Cal. Are there any secrets about Saltersport?
That's a good question.
Because I figure we're probably gonna go on a boat, and we're probably gonna need money. And we're probably gonna need something. Like, somebody's gonna need something. And also, we have to save this killer queen, and we might have to trade for it. I mean, I don't know pirate kings. I haven't met one, but I mean, I know pirates. I also haven't met a pirate, but I've heard stories. I read the news.
Well, something that you likely haven't read in the news. Back when I knew Soldier's Port, the local, how do I want to put this? A criminal element, including pirates, had a small hideout, and throughout my time they were never discovered there. It's not far from Soldier's Port. It's a little cove, tide swell is what they call it. A little difficult to get through unless you know how to manage the whirlpools. But the pirates do well enough for themselves and tend to congregate there for any business that they have around Salter's Port. You're looking to do anything interesting, that's why I would recommend you go.
Do you think if we went there, we could get leverage, and then we can get Killer Queen back?
That all depends. I think it would be foolish of this pirate king to keep Killer Queen so close. But you're a smart Lupu, Clarence. I think that you could figure out leverage in one sense or another, and I'd be there to help you, should you need.
That sounds like a great idea. I think I'll suggest it to the others. One last thing, Cal. It's my first time. Well, I guess it's my first time being like a performing bard in Salter's Port. Do you know? Do you know any good sea shanties?
Oh, Clarence, I am a library for many things, sea shanties included.
Okay. Do you think you could teach me one so that I can go inside and perform it?
Clarence, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. No. What? Why, there?
I will give you knowledge of a sea shanty, but you must open your mind to me, Clarence. So
Wait,
you
hold
can
on.
willingly fail this if you would like.
I don't know. Should I fail it? I don't know, Derek. Okay, well, we're gonna test a theory here, and
I love that. So just trying to get a simple sea shanty. And your mind is open to me.
Well, you know what? We're gonna test a theory, and I'm gonna keep my really, really bad roll, which is an 8.
Okay. Clarence, it's almost like, you unlock this back door to your own mind, and you feel like this surge of information, almost like this flow of endorphins that like trickle down your spine. Almost, it's this very like pleasant feeling that kind of rushes through your body. And as you go to recall sea shanties, you realize that you have a catalog of them in your mind now, full lyrics, full notes, everything you would need to know for like top hits of whatever Caliban would have knowledge of. Some that maybe you've never even heard of before. Some that might even be lost. This lost knowledge of music.
Oh. This is like a lot better than spending like 6 hours reading books in the library.
That's what we're here to do. I've already read the books. Let me just share information with you.
Wait, you read books on sea shanties?
I read every book I could.
Oh, was that like a
Knowledge
hobby,
is
or is
power,
that like
Clarence.
an
It
imprisonment
was a
thing?
necessity. I was never going to be physically the strongest, but I would make myself the smartest. My mind would be stronger than anything else. And it
Oh.
was.
That makes a lot of sense. I don't think I'm ever going to be physically the strongest either.
I'll share my power with you, Clarence. If you ever want to be the strongest, we can make that happen.
I don't know. Betty's kind of cool.
Yes.
And
Betty is
Argus.
cool.
Argus hits things with chairs. Like, that's pretty dope. I don't think I need to be the strongest. But tonight, I'll be the loudest. Okay, thank you, Cal. You're really great and everything. We'll chat later. Goodbye.
My best piece of advice before you go, Clarence, is to remember that muscles will fade with age, but your mind will be the last thing that goes. Make your mind strong and you will never be weak. Also,
Technically,
friends,
you're
I have one
just-
parting... I'm sorry, please.
No, you can go first.
I just had a parting question for you. I don't need an answer, just something to ruminate on. Do you think you'll always be a hero of the Humblewood? Do you think they'll always remember that?
Well, Cal, obviously we're gonna be heroes of the world pretty soon.
It's good to have goals.
Also, what I was gonna say was that technically you're just a skull and not even a mind, so technically your skull lasts the longest. But, you know, I see what you're trying to say there.
What happens after you're a hero of the world, Barons, with a third of your life past? We'll talk later.
Okay. Clarence goes inside. Was there... I know you mentioned, like, a lot of people and a lot of commotion, a lot of talking. Are there bards? Is there a live band?
There was music playing, so yes, there was a live band, and as you go walking in, you notice that the band, which has a few various types of humble folk. There's actually a tropical bird who has been kind of like the leader, I guess, almost the conductor of them. It has a stringed instrument. Turns towards everyone and says, "We're going to take a break, everybody. We'll be back shortly." And the band gather up their instruments and get up from their seats and go walking off towards the back. They all kind of pass you, give you like a little nod as they're going towards the back alley.
Oh, excuse me, Director Bird.
Yes.
Do you mind if I play while you're on break?
Not at all. If you happen to get any gold, just it's yours.
Okay, thanks. And Clarence like hops off to the stage.
Okay. Clarence, what are you looking to play?
Clarence is going through their mental catalog now that they have their sea shanties. I just say that word very carefully. And is gonna pick like an oldie but a goodie. You know what I'm talking about? You know, we're gonna like walk in there and not play something that's like super new. We're playing something that's like, you know, like 40 years old. Like, you know, enough people like might know it to sing along a little bit. Remember they're like
Starting with a classic, absolutely.
yeah, they're like golden days of their childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a small town girl. Yeah, absolutely.
We're going slightly older than that. Slightly older.
Okay. Yeah, give me a performance check with advantage, please.
Surely. Okay. Why do I take out my dice and then put the dice away again? Performance, you said, right?
I did.
I mean, like, what else would it be? I don't know. Okay. Well, that's gonna be a 29.
Okay. Clarence, you immediately strike up like this the liveliest song you can think of. It's Drunken Sailor but with the less problematic lyrics, and just like immediately the entire bar like turns towards you, this one Lupu band who has like garnered the attention of everybody, and you can see like you can almost feel the percussion of every foot tapping along on the floorboards, all kind of like tremoring themselves up to you, where you can feel the tempo in your body. And it's like this Bunny Elvis moment where like the bar is cheering, they're singing along, and you have like all this attention on you. And again, you feel that flood of endorphins and positive brain chemicals just flood down your spine. It's like you can feel it in your fingers, and it's such a great, it's a high. You feel a high as you're up on the stage. And yeah, your music is just it's incredible. You're playing absolutely incredibly.
I had to reread the glove that I'm wearing,
Okay.
just in case something was. Nope, I think we're okay there. Well,
Okay.
I guess we're not okay there because. Oh no. Because I mean, obviously, the song is gonna be longer than a minute.
Yeah.
Like most songs are. So about after a minute in, these spectral musicians appear
Uh-huh.
on stage with Clarence, and they start accompanying Clarence.
What do these spectral musicians look like? Are they corvids like Caliban? Are they Lupu like you? Are they complete? Are they skeletal? Like, are they see-through?
Ooh.
It says illusory.
Yes. I think.
So
Oh
what
my
does this look
gosh.
like?
Oh
Spectral.
my
It
gosh.
does say spectral.
Yes, it does say
Yeah.
spectral. So they are ghosty like.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are different types of humble folk. One of them is a corvid, but I think like there are different
Variety of them.
variety. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And I think you know that scene in Beetlejuice. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about.
I do know the one you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's what happens is like Clarence is playing and then all of a sudden like these like spectral like humble folk just like fade in and like you know they look mostly okay, but like you can tell if you look at them and haven't had too much to drink that maybe they're not all there.
There absolutely is like a gasp that goes through the bar when they do appear, and you hear a voice go in the back. It's fucking Gus! Cool!
Yeah, I think Clarence doesn't. Maybe Clarence notices, but like doesn't. You know, he's too caught up in the high.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever happens is happening.
Okay. All right. So, as maybe the rest of your party were to look around, as to where Clarence is gone, and Clarence would have been missing for a little bit. Suddenly, Clarence is on stage, accompanied by some spectral, new spectral friends. What are the rest of you up to in this bar?
I think as soon as Betty saw Clarence on stage, heard the music start, she's immediately like into it, like fist banging on the table, singing along with the music, just super excited. Just nobody would have guessed that Betty is like really into music, but like loves it. Just absolutely enamored in this moment.
Nice. Oh,
And I think maybe that like distracts some of the people in the immediate vicinity from the ghosts. They're like, wow, she's like really into this.
Really into it, yeah.
Soren would. The kid has very few table manners. So he kind of like stands on top of the table and it's like, "Go, Clarence, go!" And I would. What's the weather like outside, real quick?
Absolutely storming.
Storming, great. I would also like to cast Druidcraft above them, and basically like have the lightning strikes hit on the beat to add to the ambiance of the performance.
Incredible. Okay. All right.
Mochi's pretty used to Clarence, like, just owning a stage, so very cool. Might poke Argus a little and go, last time Clarence performed, there weren't dead people up there with them, right? The dead people are new? Did I miss something?
Dead people are definitely new.
Why are there dead
I-
people?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's definitely worth a discussion later.
Check. Huh.
I think
You know,
for
last
now,
time-
if it's not going badly, not attacking anybody. We should be fine.
I'm
Though
just saying,
you can't see that Argus does have a hand on his maul.
Like
Mhm.
Mochi is like I do have destroy undead, so if they do go funny.
Yeah. Just
But last time a party member learned a cool new trick, they ended up burning down your town and exploding at the end. I have concerns.
I remember.
And trauma.
Just can't let that go.
I remember. Let's just keep an eye. Nothing crazy just yet.
All right. Mochi scooches a little closer to Argus.
Okay. Clarence, how long are you playing?
You know, I figure they're probably on like a 15-minute break. Yeah, so Clarence just plays the whole time.
Okay. So Clarence, you continue to play for the 15 minutes. There's cheers. You can see that like the humble folk here are all coming up and kind of just like tossing as Piano Man would say, bread in your jar. But they're putting coins in like this little kind of bucket that's been set in front of you. Let's see, Clarence, you get 88 gold pieces.
Ooh,
Dang!
nice. You
Okay.
making bank.
Hey, all it costs was taking a skull out of a place you shouldn't have taken out. It's fine.
Look,
I
I've
was
seen
like-
no downsides of this.
That
Crime
feels
does
appropriate
pay.
for a 29. That feels appropriate for
That
a
feels appropriate
29
for a
roll.
29. You're correct.
Yeah.
100%.
Like being evil pays. We already knew that.
It does, yeah. That is the nomenclature, yeah.
Being evil questioning pays. Like Clarence is just towing that line, you know?
It's like it's getting less and less visible as we
Look, I haven't done. I have only saved people's lives, written a strongly worded letter about a shipping container.
Right.
It was for me. It was the dead people on stage with
Yeah.
you thing.
I didn't kill them.
Oh, is that where we're drawing the line?
Oh, that's the line drawn
That's
right there.
even better.
There,
I
look
can
at the
see this-
sand. It's all full of dead people. It's right there.
Leave my
See
sand
this
out of this.
necromancer with an army of skeletons and go, oh, I didn't kill them. I just raised them.
Look, I just gave them some get out of jail free cards for like 15 minutes, and they gotta come back and play.
Get out of jail free.
Can't wait.
Maybe they were happy. Never mind.
As Clarence, your final song wraps up, all of your spectral bandmates bow. They give a little salute to you and a nod, and then all of their hands like go to your shoulders, and it's like they're absorbed back into you. All of that,
Oh.
that spectral energy just
Oh.
goes into Clarence for just a moment. And then your glove glows for just a second, just with like that spectral bluish green, you know, that Casper energy, you know.
Yeah, strong Casper energy. Yeah.
Okay. So Argus has some mended armor. Clarence has some gold. Should you all want to do any shopping? Anything else anybody want to do?
Oh, the second that Clarence gets off the stage, Soren would run up to them and just say, "Clarence, you did so good! Oh my god!"
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah,
my God.
yeah.
And then like the illusions, those were great too. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that was kind of new. I found this item on my journeys, and somebody said that it was really good for bards, and I didn't really know what it did. And then I don't know. I got accompaniments now.
I didn't know that I knew I was working with the king, and then like a scary barbarian lady that's also awesome, and then I have an inventor. I didn't know I was dealing with a 5-star musician. Ah,
I mean, we are heroes of the Humblewood. We're good at many things.
you guys are so cool.
I know. And now you're gonna be one of us, and you're gonna be cool too, Soren.
And he just like puts his arm on Clarence. It's just like, this is my friend. That's my.
One of the Vulpins from the bar, Gray Fox individual, walks over, slings a rag over his shoulder. He's wearing like kind of a simple vest setup, open collar. Um, that was mighty fine performance there, son.
Oh, well, thank you. This is a pretty fine establishment.
I think it's been in the family for quite some time. You wouldn't happen to be looking for long-term work, would you?
Oh, current hero of the Humblewood. Unfortunately.
Oh, you now.
Yeah.
You the one
but-
that exploded?
Oh, no, that was a good friend of mine.
Oh,
Pretty
well,
awesome.
my apologies then, and condolences.
But we're not necessarily looking for long-term stuff right now because we got another adventure we have to go on.
Well, why are you in Salter's Port then?
Why is anybody in Salter's Port then? We're catching a ship.
No, you're not. Not with that storm.
Oh,
Not
I
in
mean,
the next,
obviously
not in the
not
next
right
2
now.
months at least.
Oh, 2 months?
2 months.
I'm sorry. You must be new to this. I'm sorry. He looks over to Betty. Betty, it's good to see you.
She raises her hand, but doesn't
This
say
is-
anything.
Yeah, this is Axel Hannigan. Axel and Avril are the twins that run the bar, and it's been in their family for quite some time. Yeah, I thought that that was just common knowledge. No, with the storm's going to come and go, but it's wakeworm breeding season, and they're angry typically. It's even worse when they get together and get all salty and bothered.
All tangled up. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Soren's
Sorry.
hand goes up.
Yes, Soren.
It's what season?
Wakeworm breeding season.
Wakeworms. Yeah, I read about them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, them's mighty large sea serpents tend to attack ships. Multiple sets of eyes, large maws that can swallow you whole, and fearsome temperaments. So not a lot of ships be traveling anywhere these days. That's why you see a lot of ships coming in. They're looking for any port in a storm, should it be, because wakeworms tend to be so ferocious in their passions that they actually generate storms. So there must be one or two or more, not saying it's their proclivities, relatively nearby.
Oh,
Okay.
intriguing.
So how-
Did we see a storm in like in the horizon line as we were walking through town?
You did, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like it had started to rain just a little bit during your ooze fight, and it's only picked up from there.
Got it. So if they're doing their business, how are we supposed to get to the Tangle Wilds then?
Well, like I said, you can wait like everybody else.
I can't
Or I
wait.
suppose you can try walking down the mountains if you. I
We
wouldn't
do know
recommend it,
somebody
I'm
who's
sorry.
really good at mountains. Yeah. We
Okay.
have the.
I love
our
at
good-
mountains as a
Good at mountains.
good
Good at mountains.
His resume just says skills, mountains.
mountains.
This is Ken. His job is beach.
Job is beach. This is Argus. His
Exactly.
job is mountains.
It's a very
Um,
ranger thing to have, though. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good at forest. I'm good at beach. Mountains, no.
No,
Can't you though? Good
I
at
didn't
dragons.
go to that class. Good.
I'm good at tundra.
Clarence just kind of like looks down and then looks back at this Vulpin.
Well, I didn't get your name there. What was your name?
Oh, my name's Axel. I'm one of the proprietors of this here Hornblower Tavern. My twin sister Avril, also at your service. And he points over to her, and she's already like giving a little salute. She is like almost like the same markings on her kind of gray foxen coat. She is wearing much more feminine garb, like bartender garb, but otherwise very similar facial structure and everything as well.
Oh, okay. Well, Axel, thanks for the information. Nice to meet you.
And then Clarence kind of like looks back at the table and like looks at Mochi, and then turns back to Axel.
Have you heard of Hath?
I have, in fact, yes. We have a lovely little temple here at Salter's Port. I tend to make my dedications as they need be. Hath gets a little something just like everybody else.
Oh, well, we have Mochi here. In case you wanna, have a deeper conversation about Hath
The
or
ice cream?
talk to Hath.
You have mochi. I mean, we have soft serve. If
Oh no. The high priestess of Hath.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll send Mochi on over.
And then like Clarence like hops away.
Okay. All right.
Hey Mochi. Axel at the bar would like to talk about Hath.
Ugh, finally! I've been trying to get him to talk about Hath ever since I started serving here. Your music must have really moved him, Clarence. Thank you so much. You did amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned about your band.
What about? Were they bad?
Are they dead?
I don't know. They just kind of look a little spectrally to me.
Do you want to try out later?
Try out if they're dead?
Yeah.
I guess we could. Yeah, that sounds like a fun afternoon.
Yeah, we can experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all
But
times.
first, Axel.
But first,
Oh God. I forgot they have a temple to Hath here. Oh, but it's so wet outside. I don't want to do a sermon when it's wet. Hath will forgive me if I wait until it's dry.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, it's not going to be dry for several months.
Come again?
Yeah. So, it's wakeworm breeding season, and apparently,
Alrighty.
when they get all rough and tumble, they kind of also make it rumble with the storms and the rain.
There's a poster that says exactly that on the wall.
Yeah.
it's an infograph.
Yeah, it was
Mochi's
done in the
like-
same like World War II propaganda. There's like loose lips sink ships, and then there's also when they're rough and tumble, they make it rumble.
Mochi's just bummed because, like, oh man, she had like 3 more weeks of surf season. They're early this year.
Winter threw them off.
But we have like a huge galley, so that can handle the rumble. Yes?
I mean,
no, maybe.
I
don't know.
I don't know ships. Betty.
So I think that is my question, actually, because that is basically what I've been thinking the whole time is we're at a very large ship, and I feel like someone who put this together would have had the foresight of either we're on a very large ship that will be able to handle a storm such as this, or we have to delay your leaving for a few months because we weren't expecting a big storm. Oh, great. Okay, so we don't actually know the answer to that.
I would say so. Betty, you would be more familiar with like this is a weird concept. Like that is a big ship. Like the ships that do sail, because it's not like all travel ends. Like
Right.
pirates tend to brave wakeworm breeding season because they put more risk into their jobs.
Mhm.
You get the but that also means that they get the larger ships to kind of like attack. So piracy also has a height during wakeworm breeding season because all risk, all reward there.
Sure.
So when you get the larger galleys shipping out, the larger dreadnoughts, they're often going out like one at a time, but that also means they can better defend themselves from wakeworms, because when a wakeworm attacks, it's just like firing out all the sides. You're trying to, this thing's trying to wrap itself around you. It's a pretty massive sea serpent, and sometimes especially if you get the smaller ones, they don't want to mess with the really large ships. So you kind of get that part of it as well. You do have a large galley, maybe they're willing to risk it. You do know that Asher probably wouldn't be super well aware of Salter's ports. Their lore and their superstitions, and maybe even their customs, as a lot of the other humble folk weren't necessarily aware as well. Because when you live in a big tree, who's worried about giant sea serpents?
Sure.
Yeah, but yeah, you having lived by the water, you would know, like, oh yeah, wakeworm breeding season, it's gonna bring a lot of rain, but it comes and goes, just as so do the wakeworms.
Stamina those worms must have.
Betty kind of looks back and forth between the two of you as you're having this conversation about the wake worms, and then pops up with, well, I mean, we're just gonna have to go talk to the captain. I really think that I think we can make a pretty strong case for needing to, I don't know, save the world, but the seas are going to be very rough, and it's going to be a very treacherous trip.
We're bringing a druid. Druid's gonna help with nature stuff, right?
Yeah. Druid's got this.
Druid's got this. And Clarence can, like, sing the wake worms to sleep, like, reverse siren them.
Oh, can you do that? I guess
I
they have
don't
to have
know.
ears of some sort. Maybe I'll have to be
Probably
in the
ear.
water, though.
We'll dangle you from a rope. It'll be super cool.
That sounds so much fun.
Argus
Ugh.
has to hold the rope, though, because I
Yeah,
can't. Yeah.
Betty, you're starting
Betty.
to talk like a true hero of the Humblewood, and I'm loving it. Yes, keep it up.
All of this.
Yeah.
So where's the captain?
Yeah.
Where do you
Probably on
find
the ship.
the captain? Really? Are they not allowed on land? Is that how that works? Because that sounds really unkind.
Betty's literally doing like the quizzical dog head tilt. Like, where did you hear that?
Well, why would you stay on the ship if it's been here for ages?
Because then you don't have to pay for room and board.
Right, that's the thing people have to do.
Just sleep on your ship. I mean, granted, he's probably paying for the port, but like, everybody has their own space on the ship. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll find him. We'll have to go out in the rain, which kind of sucks, but
So how do we get to the ship? Do we swim?
Mochi,
can
there are
surf. I don't know.
docks. Betty like gestures over her shoulder, like, you've been here with me all summer. What are you talking about?
I was
There-
specifically told not to take the surfboard near the ship, so I have at no point in time gone near the ships.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay.
They were like, oh, you're gonna get crushed between the hulls, and they made really gross cracking noises to describe what was gonna happen to my bones, and then they said that my blood would color the water, so I just went the other way. Okay, Betty? That's what I did. Too young and pretty to die.
Honestly, fair. And very, very smart. Nice work. Remember that for next summer.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever everybody is ready to go find the captain, we can either do that tonight, and she kind of looks down at her wrist, like, I don't know what time it is,
Probably, like, sleep
but-
or
It's getting
something.
or we can get some rest. We can go home, get some rest, and go out in the morning first thing.
I mean,
Maybe the rain will be a little less in the morning.
You and Argus got knocked around pretty hard. You should probably sleep or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Argus? I got some intel that might be worth something for you. I mean, I guess all of us. 'Cause you know how PK has KQ? So, I learned that the PK's people has a possible like hideout situation that's actually not too far away, but it's a little hard to get to. But I was thinking if you wanted to, we could always detour there and maybe get some leverage in order to get
KQ back. You're muted.
You're muted, Christian.
On Zoom.
The hell happened? Wait, how did you hear about this information? When in travels or something?
I mean, look around. We're in a tavern full of
True, but
people.
I mean, you have been singing for the past few minutes, so I wasn't expecting you to get information that quickly.
Oh, you didn't notice that I was missing for like the 20 minutes before that?
Apologies, I didn't actually. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. But I just thought that if I got you some good information, that it would be helpful to all of us.
Do you know exactly what leverage we might be able to get?
No, but I'm thinking that, it's a really bad idea to keep, my dad always says that it's a really bad idea to keep all of your acorns in one hole. So, you spread them out. So that way if somebody finds your one set of acorns, that you have other acorns. I mean, we don't necessarily eat, I guess we do. I guess we do eat the acorns. Turn them into bread. Marley was really good at that. But anyway, so I'm just thinking that maybe the pirates are also like that.
It's a good idea, Lance. I think I agree with you 100%. We shouldn't go in empty-handed, and if we do have something of theirs to use as leverage, then more power to us when it does come to exchange what we need to exchange.
But also, it might take us more time to get to Soren's people. Especially with the worms.
You have to ask Soren if that's okay.
I don't see why not. He's been like listening this whole time, but it's like, he's like, if we can't, excuse me.
Oh my God, Soren, outside.
Soren, breathe.
No, breathe. Please, Soren, no.
Sorry.
It's all that sand that keeps getting everywhere.
Hey. He just has been like thinking. He's like, okay, if we can't cross because of a ship, if the captain says no, I don't see why we can't deal with this other situation. That just makes sense.
It is their ship, so.
Hey.
Again, Clarence, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I appreciate it 100%. I've been racking my mind as to what to do when we do get there. Most of it's been pretty violent, I will admit, and not really thinking ahead of killing the Pirate King with every ounce of my being.
I guess we are in a very crowded tavern. That's why I was saying PK.
There's a pause of consideration, but then that consideration just turns into uncaring, because at this point he does not care who hears him. He's that frustrated. And if they try to attack him, they will learn that that was a mistake. But he continues. I think having another plan besides killing the man will do us good. And if it helps in any other adventures, because pirates have all sorts of treasure, then that's a benefit too. And maybe we can find some other things that can help us in the Tangle Wilds as well. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, are we all ready to head out?
So the plan is we are going to Betty's residence.
To the captain to
We're
meet
doing the
them.
captain tonight, or are we going to Betty's residence? What are we
Thought we
doing?
were resting before
Yeah,
we
we
get
can
into more
We
trouble.
can rest. We can rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think resting before.
We need
is a
some
good
hit
idea.
points. We need some spell slots. Some of
Yes,
us need more hit
please.
points than others. Some.
Not gonna say who.
Who could that be? Who could that be?
I'm not naming names. I'm just saying I didn't get hit.
Okay. So traveling out of the Hornblower, you go a little bit further down along the cliffside to where you can see that there are homes actually like, built into this portion of the cliff where like a bottom part has been carved out. Kind of homes have used the natural like awning of the cliff to build their homes under. And not far along, you can see the warm light of Betty's Holt, her home where she lives with the rest of her family. It doesn't seem like there's anybody necessarily home right now, as you all travel in, just very wearied from the day. You know, you were in a bar where there was smoke in your eyes. You got in a fight with oozes. You've traveled for nearly 3 days straight. Like, it's nice to just stop and be vertical without the rumble of a cart beneath you. And as you all find bedding, netting, or solid floor, sleep comes easily to all of you. That is, except Clarence, who has some very strange, if not not undisturbing, dreams. With that, we're going to go ahead and take our break. We'll be back in 10 to 15, so stick around. Enjoy our ad reel. Again, check out beacons.ai/sword and key for all of our discount codes for our affiliates, as well as our ongoing philanthropic endeavors like this one for Fauna and Flora International. If you got some extra cash sitting around that you want to get put towards a charity and you're willing and able to donate it, I'll always appreciate it. It goes towards this game and impacts this game, so keep that in mind. Thank you to everyone who's donated already. We'll be back shortly. Pet your pets. Do the things. Buddy, welcome back. Welcome back to Humblewood. What were you talking about on break? Our conversation was totally normal. Yeah, okay. So, the morning rises, the sun rises in the morning, to a still somewhat stormy day, but the clouds seem to be breaking up a little bit to where there's bits of rays of sunshine that are kind of shooting down to almost make like these spotlights that are dotting all over the land. A little bit of sunlight breaks through the not totally clear, like the window panes on Betty's home are those that are kind of like not the clearest of glass. It's not that they're dirty, it's just like the glass wasn't set completely flat, so it kind of has that obscurity to it. But the light shoots through nonetheless. Who's the first person to wake up?
I'll do morning sermon at dawn.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah. Mochi, do you wake up Clarence to go to the sermon with you?
Yeah. Yeah, I need my buddy.
Clarence, their ears are down, but in like the sleepy way. And it's just kind of like, okay, let's go. Praise Hath.
Thank you, Clarence. I'll get you coffee or the humble equivalent on the way back.
Clarence, where did you sleep last night? Did you find a bed? Did you find like a hammock, a net?
Oh yeah, I was definitely in the netting. Heck yeah. Like you give me some netting and Clarence is like, I've never slept here before.
Okay. Clarence, you look over as Mochi's kind of getting you up, and there's an arm that's under your head that you've been kind of like using as a pillow. This very like large Holterdam, this otter arm. And you look over and it's not Betty. Betty, which of your siblings might this be who's just like, I don't care that there's a Lupu in here, like I'm tired.
Honestly, sounds like Betty's sister. Her name
Okay.
is Leland. So
Okay.
yeah, I think Leland probably crawled into the net with you and was just like, whatever, bro. Let's get clumsy. Let's get close, comfortable.
Yeah?
Well, there were so many words I was trying to say. I'm so sorry.
They're all true. Close, comfy, comfortable, clumsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Limbs on limbs, man. Like, we're all wearing clothes. It's fine. So yeah, there's this female otter who's kind of like just like snoring in your face. It's kind of like fishy morning breath. Just blasts you real quick. And go,
Hello? Do you want to come worship Hath with us?
no. Like, no, not even opening eyes.
Okay. Your arm's really comfortable. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Clarence is used to this. When Clarence sleeps over at Mochi's, you know.
I like that Clarence isn't a bard that sleeps around. Clarence is just a bard that sleeps in many places.
Yeah.
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 Like, when in doubt, get something furry as a pillow.
Easily done in the Humblewood for sure.
Exactly.
Feather.
Okay.
We'll take feathers. We'll take some feathers.
We'll take
sometimes.
feathers.
Yeah.
You can't bend feathers the wrong way; they get real mad.
And Mochi and Clarence, as you kind of are, rubbing the sleep from your eyes, you look around to see that there are a number of Otterfolk of Holterdam that have all kind of found their own sleeping spots, even if people were already in them, and have just kind of like been like, little spooning or like incorporating themselves. There's a couple of the Holterdam that clearly sleep in the same spot and have just kind of like bunched on top of one another. Just like like a y-axis and an x-axis, it's just interlocking.
How many are on top of Argus? And do I recognize any of them as Betty's siblings?
So Betty, how many in total of your family are there?
So right now it's just Betty's parents, her mom and her
Okay.
dad, and one of her brothers and her sister. So we've already met Leland snuggling with Clarence. So her brother who is currently at home, his name is Tanner. And so I think like as everybody came in last night and was like getting settled, there's probably like a little gallery wall above the mantle in the great room of portraits of everybody, kind of set up maybe like a family tree. So it's got like, you could see like little bitty portraits of like the older generations, but then there's her mom and her dad. And she's like, okay, so this is my mom, Sloan, and this is my dad, Wade, and this is Leland, who still lives here at home. And then this is Tanner, who still lives here at home. They don't have a family yet, so they still live here. And then there's like this whole other separate tree on the other side, and she's like, and this is my other brother Carter and his wife, her name is Everly, and their two kids, Bailey and Taylor. They're twins, obviously. And then there's the portrait of Betty as well, and she's like, and obviously that's me.
You're so cute in your portrait.
So, like, everyone kind of got the gist of, like, who was supposed to be here last night but didn't get to formally meet anybody when they got home.
So she's counting portraits, counting people. sort of. Clarence?
Yeah?
Do you think we should get Tanner off of Argus before he wakes up, or should we just leave him?
If bright paws or anything like bright streams, I think Tanner will be okay.
Tanner will be fine. Yeah.
I mean, there's no chairs in Argus's current vicinity, so I think it'll end.
There's a
pretty-
stool, though. You see,
Yeah, but that's like a half a
Oh.
chair, so.
Tanner's a tough kid. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
The irony of Mochi calling anyone a kid.
We also
Tanner's
forget that Argus once used a person against another person.
Yes, we're completely ignoring that part for our own peace of mind. Thank you.
Tanner's just like splayed out in a way that like Tanner's big ol' otter paw is like smushing Argus's
Exactly.
face a little bit, where he's just like it's clearly his bed and he's just like a starfish, absolutely just trying to gain as much space as possible.
They'll be fine.
Liz, I'm so sorry. What was your mom's name?
Sloan. I did post a list in the Discord as well
Perfect.
for
Okay.
you.
You did call one of your brothers Cater in that list.
Did I? Oh, it's supposed to be Carter. Nope, that was my bad. I just can't spell.
Like, that
It's
is a
fine.
weird name.
Nope, Carter.
Apologies to any viewers called Cater, but your mom did you dirty.
Yeah, apologies.
All right. Morning sermons, mendings for the faithful, which is basically just Mochi having a hobby but calling it religion. She likes fixing things.
Clarence plays the little Hath songs, little background music.
Yeah, uppies for the little ones. Uppies for
So yeah, going down to the beach, Mochi, with your mending. There's a line as people kind of see you. You've garnered a certain reputation down at the beach, and there's some surfers who are like, oh, it cracked in half, and can Hath fix my half? I need a half. And
dude.
you're able to mend their surfboards, boogie boards, nets, chains, anything that's just like, sailors coming by like, I really didn't want to spend the 10 gold. You understand? Can you?
I do, and so does Hath, really.
Oh, pretty sad. And yeah, sure. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
I trained in religion this season.
You did.
That's why I dropped Arcana. Seem more. That's a D12. That's not gonna help me. Let me grab an
They
actual
sold yourself
D20.
short there.
Oh, that's much better. Oh, it's
Yep.
still in based. Oh no.
Do you have
19.
guidance? Oh, nice. Never mind.
19's good. It plus 3.
I was like, Clarence is helping you if you want to roll with advantage. You've got
can have-
background
you can have
music there.
We'll go to. We're gonna keep that 19.
Okay. All right. Pretty good. Yeah, you've definitely garnered some attraction to the faith, and a lot of positive interactions with the folk around Salter's Port. So you kind of know if you were to go around ask for help, chances are you encounter someone who you have already helped, garnering you some favors around town.
It's not why Mochi does it, but it is useful.
It is useful. Around the Bright Paw Holt, people are starting to wake up now. You have Tanner, kind of like almost like absent-mindedly kicking Argus a little bit, like in the backs of the legs. You've got Sloan and Wade both waking up and banging on pots. All right, kids. All right. Time for breakfast. Who wants fish? We always have fish. It's a joke. Okay. And he's got the cast iron that he's never cleaned, and he's starting to put some heat under that to start frying something up. Sloan is already tending to the fireplace to make sure that because it's still raining, like I said, it's still raining a little bit. Still a bit of chill in the air. Just make sure that everybody stays warm. A little bit of cinders in the fireplace, so she's just stoking those back up. And before long, it is loud in the Bright Paw residence as it's morning. So Everly and Carter bring their kids over, and just as Tanner is getting out of bed, Bailey and Taylor launch themselves on top of Argus. Ah, new toy! I like your feathers.
Thanks.
Okay. And they're like almost like spinning around Soren, just like the two of them just staring up. Like Soren's smaller, they're still smaller than you, and they're just like looking at you like, wow. Did you get shaved?
No, this is how I am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry for my comment. I think you look cool. And he goes over to his mom. He goes, Mom, can I shave myself and look like that? And she goes, Let's think about this, okay?
Solidarity.
It's like, yeah, Scale Brothers. but yeah, it's very noisy as like the family is all chattering, like they've gathered around the table already. Even as some of you are maybe still like waking up, this is like it's family time in the morning, and the smell of fish and rice and like stew, all of these these like seaside aromatics are all hitting you at once. So we know that Clarence and Mochi have done their early morning sermon. What about everybody else?
Uh, getting those daily workout swings in, imagining heads being smashed, the whole like, everyone's got
Yeah,
rituals. Everyone's got rituals.
yeah. There's some like uh, wreckings of an old boat that it's like low tide right now, and Argus, you're able to go out there and just splinter everything that's left out there. All these old posts that are out
Hmm.
with all these barnacles all over them, and it's just fragmentation all over the place.
Hmm.
Soren, what about you?
Oh, cold-blooded, so and it's cold outside, so Soren wakes up a little bit slower than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time that everybody is here, it's just like so much loud. What are why are you so what how are you smaller than me? And he kind of goes outside. Is it still raining?
It is.
Okay. So like in the rain, well, like in the mud, he kind of just like starts making like words in the mud, and starts praying to Gebo, the Tilia god.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody's safe. I hope that we can actually get to them soon. And deep sigh. The one that wants to be hairless, protect him. He's gonna need it. And he just like goes back inside.
As you go back inside, Sloane, Betty's mom, walks up to you with this otter-sized sweater, this thing that probably is like a robe to you. Hey there, bud. I noticed you seemed a little cold, so here you go, and I hope that keeps you warm, nice and toasty, yeah.
Thank you. And he puts out his. I'm Soren.
I am Sloan, and you're more than welcome in my home. And it's my husband there, Wade, and my daughter Betty. It seems, at least I assume so. And that there's Leland, and that there's Tanner, and that there's Carter, and that there's Everly, and their kids, Bailey and Taylor. And that's the whole group then.
Which that one right there, pointing at I think it was Taylor, maybe, or Bailey. They all look alike.
They are
Um,
twins. Yeah.
they that one said that he wanted to be shaved.
hmm
Keep all sharp objects away from them.
It's a phase. They wanted to have feathers not that long ago, so
Oh.
it'll be all right.
Do you need any help in the kitchen at all?
Oh no. That's too many cooks and all that. You just make yourself nice and cozy there by the fire. You get warmed up. I know what it's like to not have a semblance of homeostasis, and you just make sure that your ectothermic self there you warm up.
Mhm, mhm. And then he just like curls up onto the blanket in front of the fire and just like. And yes, I said blanket. I know this is a code.
There are blankets. So
This is
both
basically a
things can be
blanket to
true.
him.
Yes. Cool. So yeah, the morning goes on. The sermon commences, and the line dwindles down. Um, Mochi, Clarence, is there anything that you would like to do, or would you like to head back?
I think while Mochi's doing all like the mendings and saying hello to like all of the followers and whatnot, Clarence is just gonna take a moment and goes to like the altar, I guess. This whatever is like the like center place to go and talk to Hath, and then like goes there and is like, "Hello, Hath. I know I don't pray to you a lot, but I just want to say, I think Mochi's gonna be really mad at me because I haven't been telling her the whole truth. But do you think you could help Mochi when I do tell her the truth to not be so mad at me?"
Give me a religion roll with disadvantage.
Oh, okay, this is fine. Are we
Gentle
good?
reminder that we have like 900 rerolls from
Yeah, we
donations
do.
and
We
stuff.
do.
Just saying.
So, okay, okay. Can I use a reroll?
Yeah.
Okay.
You use as many as you like.
Okay.
As many as you
Okay.
have, I should say.
As many as I want. Okay, I
That was
go.
that was so
Um,
soft and genuine. Like, I have a reroll, please.
This is not an all-you-can-roll buffet. It's an all-you-should roll buffet.
Okay,
Dear
that
Hath, please help me break my best friend's heart in a way that doesn't send her into a downward spiral.
okay there. That was a 12.
So you're in this temple, and again, there's stained glass. It's this kind of like rock by rock kind of built temple, but it has the stained glass much smaller than what you would have found in the Alderheart. But dedications to each of the gods, and they all have these little plinths, little altars where you can give things. And Hath is not overflowing. You see that there's a lot more towards Altus, the storm god, for kind of some obvious reasons there. Some towards the dawn and the moon, but Hath not as much. And as you look up towards this stained glass with a little bit of light shining through it, as you say your prayer, you make your request, the light fades from the stained glass, and like it almost seems like that little pocket where you are is the only one that no longer has any light shining on it. It just feels cold.
Clarence takes out one of her gold or one of their gold that they earned and dips it in the little bowl of washing of the offerings, obviously. And then it does the little like hand rubs and then just like slides it onto the little like next to like all the other like little gifts.
No, nothing else changes.
Okay. Thanks for listening, Hath.
And then like Clarence like walks out and then joins Mochi again.
I'm sorry, Clarence. The gods can be such fickle entities, playing favorites and everything like that. I think it's rather rude, you giving so much and hearing so little in return.
I think it's a little bit like, when you have an exam and maybe you didn't attend class as much and you didn't study and you just take the exam and you just kind of wing it, and then you don't do so good. Like, you can't blame the instructor in the exam. It's not my fault I don't pray to Hath all the time. I mean, it is
Isn't
my
the
fault that I
instructor
don't pray to
there-
Hath all the time.
Isn't the instructor there to make sure that you succeed? It's a poor teacher whose students all fail.
Cal, you were never a teacher, were you?
I taught so many, Clarence, and all of them succeeded.
I had my doubts about that, but I'll let you have that one, Cal. I think there's bigger fish to fry today.
I've taught you, haven't I?
Yes, but I've also been asking you questions and asking to learn.
Which shows that you're a good student. Hence, you should pass all tests.
Not if I didn't study, Cal. Gosh. No wonder they locked you up at the avium.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa!
Hey, Shadow, why don't you go and lose that warlock level?
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
No more Eldritch Blast this month.
I was just trying to say that I was placed in detention for saying the same thing to the younger classmen.
No, you do hear just like a chuckle in your mind that kind of just like fades out. And then yes, you do rejoin Mochi from there.
Way back, we're just gonna get some like candy the kids aren't allowed to have. Situation. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
gotta. At a household like that, you have to have pockets full of sweets.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't make the rules.
It's like it's all saltwater taffy, but it's like the hard stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. Sneak in a mint flavor.
Oh, they're too young for mint. Okay, so it sounds like you all go back to the Bright Paw estate, and yeah, it's this humble but cozy Holt's kind of built into the cliffside, and again, there's little pockets of sunlight to where it's not totally gloom out among Salter's Port. But the rain still does come down in a decent sheet. Go back at the Holt. Yeah, the food has been distributed and everything here is warm. What would you all like to do?
Captain. So have breakfast, grab stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My boat.
Mm-hmm.
All's good.
We have to go to the Eloquence, Mr. Tinderfoot.
Yeah. What are y'all looking for the eloquence for?
Betty gets to sail on it.
Yeah, Betty looks kind of uncomfortable all of a sudden. Like,
Betty gets to go in the Eloquence. Betty,
How-
have you ever been on a boat that big?
Whoops.
probably not that, like, she doesn't typically share things with her parents, because I'm sure that they're all very close.
Mhm.
But I think maybe she was kind of hoping to keep this one a little quiet, because it's kind of a big deal, capital letters.
Look, you let Mochi in your home.
Yep.
Should have
sure,
thought twice.
Sure did. For
Carter
sure,
has
for
like
sure.
a mouthful of fish, and he looks up and he goes, "Don't lie, Betty. You're not going to eloquence. It's not sailing anywhere.
It's not what?
It's not sailing."
What do you mean it's not sailing?
Pulls out a fish bone. It's not going anywhere.
Yet.
Like for a while. They were
Something
looking
out.
for sailors, and then they hit anchor, and they said they basically fired everybody. There's a big hubbub about it.
We'll figure something out. We'll make it happen. Betty's a sailor, technically, sorta, almost, will be, future, if need be. Argus, look at Argus. Look at how many sails Argus can hoist if he's gotta.
Look at
he's
this
got
guy.
Look at him.
Yeah,
Look at
I-
him.
was gonna say,
Made for the
but-
ocean.
He spreads his
Double
wings, he has the
Australian.
sail.
I'm pretty good to navigate.
Honestly, he looks like a living anchor, but you know that's neither here nor there. No, I mean, if you want to go talk to Captain Tenderfoot, he's up at the True Wind warehouse, the trading company. That's where he's been holed up with his
Not on the
first mate.
ship?
But
They're allowed on the ship?
no, captains don't sleep on their ships when they're at port. What are you talking about?
Mochi's
Anyway.
making those motions at
Oh,
Betty.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think Betty kind of like stretches her arms out, does one of these, puts her hands behind her head, and just sort of like tips back in the chair, so it's just resting on the back two legs.
Mhm.
Looking a little bit deep in thought, which is a new concept for her, honestly.
Does it hurt a little?
um, and then she kind of like flops back down onto all four legs, and I guess we gotta go talk to the captain.
Like, I know what's going on because someone who shall not be named told us that was our ship and we need to. Wasn't that already paid for?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, yeah.
So if they're not sailing, we need our money back at least. Well,
yeah, he doesn't have
our
the best
money.
track record
yeah,
giving us transportation.
exactly.
Oh.
I love how we're having this conversation around Betty's family. Just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
100%.
They're all
You
having
shall
like
not be
they all
named.
stopped listening. It's just Bailey and Taylor looking up at you like, you going somewhere?
pets their heads. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Oh,
Leave your
haven't
bags.
Mochi-
We're coming with you.
No. Okay, no. I lied. It's not that fine. You can't come with me.
I lied, actually. I told a
lied.
fib.
I'm going into very dangerous territory.
Yep, you can't come with me. It's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be spooky.
It'll be spicy.
It's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be
People like it.
salty.
It's spicy.
All
Very
the
salty.
essence.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
salty. It's super salty.
So salty.
Mochi
They-
will
they both
smuggle
look
you
a
some
little
of the candy to.
dejected. Yes.
Mochi's smuggling you some of the candy to pay off your siblings with.
Do we want to roll a sleight of hand check on that?
You
Maybe.
want to roll
Yeah.
a bribery check?
Yeah, well, I'll do sleight of hand, and then Betty can I don't know, diplomacy to bribe younger siblings. How does this game work? Dexter's raccoon, 22.
Oh wow.
Fantastic. Yeah. So very quickly the twins and are just shoving saltwater taffy into their secret pouch,
Yes.
and then just like a bunch into their cheeks.
Oh.
And you see Carter look over and he goes, "Betty, you're not giving my kids candy, are you?"
Me? I would never do that.
And Everly looks over and just gives you a wink.
Never.
You've seen them normally. I don't need them on sugar. We have things to do today.
Totally. Yeah.
Don't you bribe my kids?
Me too, actually. Perfect segue. Thank you. Yeah. And she kind of pushes back away from the table and she's like, all right, let's, Mom, Dad, good to see you. I'll send a letter. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
I'll let her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you know what's going on. Don't worry. I'll see you soon.
How soon is soon? You gonna be home tonight?
No, probably not. But it's fine. I mean, it's just, it's just stuff. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We got a job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mochi had some friends back at the Alderheart, and we got a job. So,
Okay. That's all you
Yeah.
had to say, Betty. I don't know why you're being so weird about this.
well, it's kind of weird. So, it's fine. It's cool.
What are you catching, marlin? I mean, I know you typically do smaller fish. What are you are you going crab fishing?
Yeah, crab fishing. Yep. So it's kind of dangerous. And I don't really know how long we're gonna be gone. But it'll be okay. We'll be good, and I'll send a letter.
Yeah. No, it's wicked dangerous out there. So just be careful.
We will.
All right.
And then she starts herding everybody out the door. Let's fucking go.
Sloan, and you look
Yeah.
and Sloan looks at Clarence. Clarence just has an armful of fur. That Clarence has shed just during breakfast. Sloan, do you have one of the fur disposal bins, or do I need to take this outside?
Oh, honey, I'll make some Angora out of that. Just put it in the knitting basket.
Okay,
We'll
I'm
put it
sorry.
up on the loom.
I don't necessarily have control over this. It's
Yeah, it's been a weird winter for all of us, and we all shedding. That's
Okay,
not
why
really
did
yours.
I mean, y'all don't look like you shed, so I just wanted to.
No, we're very sleek. It comes off. It's more of a water coat sort of deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay then.
Oh,
God
thanks,
bless.
thanks,
I'll
sorry.
make a little bunny sweater.
Yeah, the twins might love that actually.
They're both like walking around with like their hands on their heads, like I have a Clarence. I have a Clarence.
Now they're
thought
like
we were
hopped
gonna
up on
make-
candy.
Oh God. Hopped
So
on.
we're gonna
on
make like a little scarf
nectar.
for Soren.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness.
Jesus.
Sword takes off the jacket and hands it back to Miss Sloan and says, "Thank you so much."
Oh, hon,
No.
it sounds like you're going to sea. I think you'll probably need that.
Are you sure?
Oh, we got plenty.
Okay. He's like, your family's a lot nicer than mine. And stuffs it in his bags. Like, it's like, okay, so nice.
Okay. So it sounds like we are going to the trading company. Okay.
Yeah.
So leaving the hold, going back out into the town proper of Salter's Port, you would find your way pretty easily to the True Wind Trading Company. It's one of the larger buildings here. It has this this moniker, kind of this emblem of like a golden anchor and a very simplified map of Everden and a compass kind of set into it. It's very nautical and adventurous and everything else. And you can see that it doubles as a warehouse and also seemingly as a headquarters, as there's these fine doors kind of set into it, this very well carved wood, as well as like crates just stacked everywhere, and it's very bustling. Like there's almost like what we consider like a parking lot, as all of these carts are moving in and out with all of these goods, and there's someone standing about with a clipboard it's a penguin looking gentleman who's just kind of like flipping through all of the carts that are going in and out and talking to himself as he checks things off, blowing a whistle from time to time and yelling at workers here and there. And you would make your way through the yard and into the double doors, where it is much more of an office space here, but a rather regaliaed one, as there are model ships that are lining all of these shelves. There are paintings, very ornate paintings of nautical adventures all over the walls, maps, some very micro focused, some macro focused, charter books that are lining all of these library walls, and a single wooden desk where there is a scribe sitting, who is a raptor. Who has like a little set of glasses down on his nose, and he looks up as you all come in. Yes, hello? Is there something I can assist you all with?
Sort of elbowing Betty to the front since Clarence's heart muted somewhere.
Yeah.
This is
Uh-oh.
more their
Check your
expertise than
microphone.
ours.
So I said his mouth moved, but nothing came out of Clarence. So we're just going with
Yes,
Betty.
I was just
Go
saying
for
Betty.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
perfect.
Well,
Perfect.
Lubu seems to have lost his voice. Yes, ma'am. How can we?
What is the name of the captain we're looking for again? Tinderfoot?
Langstone
is-
Tinderfoot
Yes, Langston Tinderfoot.
The eloquence.
of the Eloquence.
Right.
Eloquence.
Yeah, so Betty kind of like sidles up as the group pushes her forward, and then she just kind of like leans a hip on the desk. We're looking for the captain of the Eloquence, Tinderfoot, I
He
believe.
leans forward and just pushes you off the desk. Yes, Captain Tinderfoot is around.
Fantastic.
Who may I say is calling?
You can tell him that the party that Councilmember Asher put together for him is here.
Yes.
Bosses.
And he gets up from his desk, closes the ledger that he was writing in, and walks through a set of doors to his right, to your left. A little bit of time goes by where you're sitting in this cold office with a window streaming in what little light there is to stream in around all these ships and paintings and all this nautical splendor. There's even a captain's wheel that is like hanging on the wall behind where he was sitting. And a little bit of time goes by, and the doors open once again. Excuse me. And the raptor walks through, sits back at the desk, and then shortly following him is someone who's about Soren's height, who is a small rock-burrow gerbine, very much like a chinchilla. And he is dressed in like a captain's coat with, like the brogue and the gold and the blue. Excuse me. And he walks in, very straight, arms behind his back, comes to like a military stop, his feet, at a perfect 45-degree angle, his very large, like chinchilla feet, and looks up at all of you. Yes, hello. I'm Captain Langston Tenderfoot. You are the party sent by Lord Asher of the Alderheart, yes?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Well, I hope you all have made your accommodations, as we will be disembarking here in, looks at his wrist, 2 months.
2 months.
Yes.
You,
once the wakeworm storms have commenced, we will, we will disperse, I should say. We shall disembark from there. Yes.
Did Lord Asher describe to you the nature of our quest?
He said that it was of the utmost importance, and that speed was required, which is why we have set you up with the fastest ship and the best captain, if I don't say so myself, with the trading company. I am a Blue Star, True Wind captain, near Admiral rank. I will give you the absolute utmost service that we could possibly provide in 2 months.
In 2 months, right.
That is the fastest that we can make headwind on our calendar, yes.
From behind Betty, Soren just says, "Is that because you don't have a crew?"
Oh, no, we could gather a crew rather quickly. It's mostly because I don't want my crew to be eaten by copulating wakeworms.
They're copulating. Are they busy eating? When they
You would be surprised at the
super distracted?
no, the wakeworms unfortunately are
They're
able to
multitask?
multitask in a very upsetting way.
I am both horrified and fascinated in and out of character.
Yes, nice. Yes, the seas are truly treacherous places. Giant squids, kraken, giant sharks, shell sharks, magical
Sounds
storms,
amazing.
pirates.
So Lord Asher did not, it seems, adequately express the nature of our quest to you.
I'm not sure exactly what you mean.
Well, I mean that this is a quest of potential world-shattering life or death situation sort of thing. He's given you the opportunity to assist us being a part of this quest that is literally going to change the face of the world. And
Yes, I have heard all of this many times
Oh.
before, I guarantee.
right.
Yes, again, we are working with the calendar that we have, so I was informed that I was to get you as quickly as possible
Great.
to the Luthos Empire,
Right.
the capital, Solara. And that is
Yes.
still what I intend to do. However, if you would-
Right.
you seem to be upset with that sort of timeline, so I'm more than happy to give you all
Yes.
the refund.
Oh, if
Would you refund that money back to us directly, like right now, and pay us out the gold that was paid to you?
Certainly, if that's
Perfect.
you
We'll
do
take
not, I
it.
mean, you're not going to find a better ship or a better company to
Oh,
ferry
oh,
you.
really? Yeah,
Yes.
but that's not what Captain Tinderfluff said.
I don't
Clarence,
believe that.
please.
Are you talking about me? My name is Tinderfoot.
No, Tinderfluff is a new upcoming captain that it was bragging last night that they can sail better than you, and they're the best captain in the world, and they're gonna make admiral before you do.
Well, I'm sure he will be a lovely aperitif to a wakeworm. Would you like
Let's get the money and
it
go.
does sound like you're not happy with our time, and I do apologize for the lack of communication back and forth. But I am not going to risk myself, my ship, nor my crew to any sort of, well, shattering events within
Mm-hmm.
these dangerous fantasy.
Right, right. Um,
Look, Betty, he's admitted they're cowards. Let's get the money and go.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Unfortunately, I think we will take that money. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We'll take the refund. If you could please send a letter to notify
Oh no,
Asher.
no. We'll let Asher know.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
No,
we'll-
I'm feeling like a two-prong attack. I feel like Captain Tinderfoot can write to Asher and explain, in his own words, exactly why he failed to help us, despite being told to do everything in his power. We'll take
Yeah.
the money.
And just ruined a whole continent.
Look, what's another eternal winter? Right? We made it through the first one.
Exactly. Very practical thinking.
Thank you. We'll take it in, oh, can we get like 90% gold coins and the rest silver? Because I'm having a hard time making change in port.
He looks over at the raptor. Ambrose, pay the people. Best of luck on your journey. Whenever that shall be. I look forward to seeing you in 2 months. When you change your mind. And he turns on his little chinchilla heels and flicks his tail and goes back through the doors.
Oh, Captain.
You still can't make me hate chinchillas, Derek. It's not gonna work.
Captain.
He stops and an ear turns towards you.
Excuse me. And he waits for him to actually turn around.
He turns.
May your wells dry up.
Yo.
That's
Weirdo!
scariest threats I've ever heard.
Soren! You can't say that to people!
You can't just say
Clears
you
his throat, pulls down on his jacket to straighten it out, turns again, and goes back to the doors.
Like, threatened to
That's
tie his
that
mother to an
seditious
anchor,
mockery.
fine, but this!
The raptor, Ambrose, opens a bottom drawer that kind of jingles a little bit as he does, and he pulls out a scale and basically starts stacking coins and putting them into bags. 300 silver. And you wanted 90% of that in gold and 10% in silver.
I hand it to the
Do we
tall
know what
priest.
we're supposed to get paid, or what the price was in the
Yeah,
contract?
can we roll, insight? Is he stiffing us?
Yeah, you can roll inside.
Oh, I'm good at this. Okay. Thank God. It's not our game. Oh God, help the science major. How much? 16 and 7.
16 and 7.
That's
23.
23. I have a calculator for this shit, okay?
Fair
I have software to do the math for me.
enough.
He seems to be pretty legit about all of it. You're kind of getting there is if you wanted to with that insight, you could look at his ledger and see that he did actually flip the page to where your contract was, and you can see that it was 400 gold with $100 non or 100 gold non-refundable deposit. So Asher probably paid 400 gold. You're getting 300 back.
Because of the non-refundable part. I'm trying so hard to make Mochi a decent, good raccoon this season, but everything inside me is screaming, steal something. Dying inside. Alright, we'll give our refund to Argus, because he's got the largest carrying capacity, realistically speaking. I know it's very undignified to make a king carry the money, but technicality. Derek, is there anything that looks small but expensive?
Small but
So-
expensive.
I'll tell you this, he left
Asking for
the
a friend.
drawer opened, like the bursar's drawer, which has all of the gold in it. I mean, you can see that they probably engage in a number of types of trade here. You know, they trade all over the world. Not everybody takes the same currency, so you can see that there are some gemstones in there as well.
Yeah.
Maybe even some diamonds.
Oh, no. Anything obsidian or sapphire adjacent?
Probably not so much. Well, I would say maybe both. Obsidian does feel like it would be something that would be traded toward certain people. I mean, it's well, the sharpest things if you break off a bit of it, and that naturally occurs. Sapphire, definitely. Yeah, there'd be some sapphire in there.
I mean, I appreciate you pointing out the diamonds in the sense that I can resurrect people with it, but Mochi isn't particularly thinking that way. She just wants to piss them off and is going, you know, dark and glittery, that's half stuff, and they shouldn't have it. They don't deserve it, they suck. So she just wants to... Can she just grab a little bit of the obsidian?
Give me a sleight of hand.
Fuck these guys.
This.
I'm going to use one of my portents that I rolled this morning, which gives me a 21.
Okay. You look at a 6 on his perception. So, Mochi, yeah, you grab a pretty sizable chunk of obsidian.
I feel so bad already.
Like, wealth-wise, obsidian isn't like one of the rarer, like more precious stones, but
Absolutely not the point.
yeah, but definitely, I would say this is probably like 30 gold worth of obsidian. And with a 21, I would give you a sapphire on that too. So I would say that you
She'll
would be
take
able
it.
to grab.
Oh, absolutely.
You would be able to grab a sapphire and a small amethyst. Amethyst being worth about 50 gold. The sapphire worth about 80 gold.
Beautiful. Hey, that's our non-refundable covered. Perfect. I'll show them non-refundable.
Heck
Take
yeah.
that. Take that.
Take
Establishment.
that.
Look, I love Hath, but she's chaotic neutral, okay? There's
Hey,
limits
man.
to what I can do with this.
There's limits. Can only go so far.
I can only be good for so long until my tiny little raccoon hands need to take something. Right. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, let's go find a captain who actually does something.
Yeah, a captain who captains. Cue
The
indignant
captain who
storm out.
captains. You're here.
The door slams behind you as you.
Thaumaturgy
go
to make
back
it slam louder.
up. Yeah.
Fuck
Make it
you
shake
guys.
extra hard.
Where to next?
Was a
Before
plan
we
B, right?
leave-
Tell me there was a plan B.
There's a plan B, but before we leave, Soren is still pissed, and would like to mold earth at the front of the door so it can't open.
That's
Beautiful.
Like,
That's
Amazing.
That's so
Okay,
good.
So yes, a bunch of the soft packed mud begins to just like almost like it's growing over the door
That's
itself,
wicked.
and then just like dry solidifies and creates this this wall of hard packed dirt.
Guys, are we the baddies?
Used to be.
that's a loose term.
Exactly.
No, we're heroes of the Humblewood. People are just standing in our way, and it's not our fault if we have to walk around them.
Also, about to be heroes of the world. So, tell me about plan B, because there was code and then there wasn't code, but then I thought surely they wouldn't be talking about this in a crowded bar without it being in code, so maybe it's like a 2-layer code. Looking expectantly at Clarence here.
Oh, the plan B wasn't regarding a ship. It was regarding a location to go once we had a ship.
Oh,
So
There's this little cove. It's called. Hold on, I wrote it down. Tideswell. And it's supposedly a gathering place for some pirates.
Pirates or ships?
I wonder if the pirates would take us.
Do we get a pirate and a ship?
Yeah, I guess that's a great question. Did Belzevar, Pirate King, did they expect you to get there in a certain way, or?
they just expect us to get to a certain place.
But obviously they know it's wakeworm season, so wouldn't they be willing to transport you themselves since they know that nobody else is willing to sail right now?
Either that or they're hoping to weaken whatever force I have that's coming to them before I get to them. Hoping to gain another advantage. Or they just don't care.
We buy pirates? Is that a thing? What? No. Well, hold on,
seriously.
because I remember back during winter time, and some villages were tired of being raided by the bandits, and so then they would pay the bandits a fee to not get raided by the bandits.
Could we buy the pirates and get them on our side to fight back against PK?
I
don't
mean-
think we have that much money, right?
Yeah, the pirates.
It all depends on the one we choose. Depends on the ship we go on. Depends on their motivation, not ours. Money is a strong motivator. Embarrassing someone, also a strong motivator.
I mean, we
So
have
there's-
Argus. We can make it like money or death.
Clarence,
Can't
you would
do
hear
that.
in your head, if you're going to find someone to sail, you either need them to be brave enough or mad enough. Either of whom are probably going to be a pirate. I can guide you to the Tideswell.
Betty, do you know of any pirates or ex-pirates or captains of ships that don't have the best reviews because they do some wild stuff sometimes?
Other pirates doing like ollies on their ships.
Yeah,
or,
right?
you know.
Just do barrel roll,
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there a pirate with a peg leg, a peg arm, a peg eye?
He's seen some shit.
He's got
He
two
knows what
eye
to do.
patches. Mhm,
Ooh.
mhm.
Oh,
yeah.
love that.
I mean, I'm sure that Betty knows the captains on the docks, at least.
Sure, yeah.
Is there anybody who fits the bill for someone who's a little bit willing to go off the beaten course, as it were?
Do you
And
know
is his
a
name Double
crazy
Eye Patch
person?
Bill?
Do you know the
Double eye
Muffin
patch Bill.
Man?
Kristen, how'd you know?
Haddock hankering. Steaming.
So, yes, Betty, there is somebody who comes into town from time to time, who I would say has definitely bought you a drink at the bar, and not just like an openly flirtatious sort of way, just because like you were there. It was never something to be like, I'm coming on with you tonight. It's just kind of like,
Hey.
I buy drinks for everybody. What's up, my lady? This is a Sita, which are like parrot folk.
Okay.
So this is like, bright red, blues, yellows, kind of, just like very, I'm here kind of parrot. His name is Captain Atlas Fairweather,
Nice.
and when he gets at least one drink in him, tells everybody he's a pirate.
Good name. Good man.
And he is the captain of the Bedlam Rose, and he is known to be, what's the word? He is the complete opposite of being cautious.
Nice.
Will do anything for gold, and is very very full of himself.
Nice. Good man.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So Betty kind of pauses for a second, like she's obviously kind of rifling through her mental Rolodex of the captains, um, and like visibly has like an aha moment. Um, I think I know just the captain we need, and just strides off down the dock
Mhm.
to find our new captain, Captain Atlas. Is the Bedlam Rose in port?
It is not. However, Betty, I think living here for as long as you have, somebody who calls himself a pirate
Hmm.
might actually be at the Tideswell. I have to imagine the Tideswell is like just a terribly kept local secret. It's like it's the other bar where
It's the other bar.
it's where if you're bringing in illicit goods, you're gonna come through the Tideswell. The Coast Guard's aware of it. They've been bribed, like that. Which by the way, Coast Guard is in fact what the Perch Guard call themselves. They literally call
that.
themselves the Coast Guard. I find that very funny. So you also would know your way to the Tideswell. You can
Okay.
literally go around the cliffside on the beach,
Oh,
and almost
okay,
like
okay.
hop rocks your way into this cove. It's just it's a cove that's naturally formed where they can like dock their ships and
Got it.
trade goods out of.
So I mean, if that's the case, she'd probably like wander down and come back real quick, and she'd say, "Well, he's not here, but the good news is," and she kind of elbows Mochi because obviously Mochi's been down at the beach. Mochi probably knows exactly where the tide swell is, has probably surfed there because the surf is much more dangerous. Um, and says we're tide swell's like literally, it's just right around the beach. So we'll go and we'll check there.
Mochi hearing Tideswell will go, I know where that is. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Going down to the beach and
Beach.
traversing around some larger boulders and kind of like it's out of the way. You have to go around a little bit of this bit of encroaching cliff. There are some bushes that you have to get through. There's a wooden sign that says no trespassing.
Trespassing. Yes.
Yeah, it's got a poorly painted skull and crossbones on it. But very.
That means
very,
the good stuff's behind there.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's
Yes,
that's
exactly.
all good signs right there.
Go in the right direction.
Yep.
And you find yourself coming towards this large cove, big enough that a tall-masted ship, two of them even could sail side by side into this cove right along the cliffside, and it's a short walk in the rain, kind of pelting down at you all. It's going to be about midday now, so the sun is kind of obscured a little bit more by clouds as you approach. Nevertheless, you get closer and closer and hear voices. You can see that there's light coming from inside the cove. You get that smell of low tide kind of hitting you, but also the smell again of like tobacco smoke and of even like torchlight, that burning oil kind of smell. And you find yourself coming up on this poorly hidden pirate alcove as you can hear sea shanties being sung. You hear the sound of like what sounds like a small brawl as like a fist hitting flesh, probably hitting like the side of someone's face, and then a chair breaking, and then a short scuffle, some yells, and then it all kind of like dies away. um but you kind of crest around the side of this alcove and see that there are wooden steps built up onto like this platform. You can see that there's platforms on the other side as well that crisscross with these rope bridges and all these various people all about. And as you approach those steps, you see this figure flying down them. not flying in the way that like this is intentional, but like being thrown as you see these two larger mustelids heaving this colorful entity down at you. And as he hits the sand and skids, he almost like in a single motion pops back up, brushes the sand off of himself, and does like a pose and turns back to all of you. Oh, hello there. I am captain at this Fairweather. You didn't see that. Haha.
See what?
See what?
I like you. And
It's the sea. It's the sea.
And I think before he even has a chance to talk again, Betty turns around and does one of these and like gestures and says, "This is the man we're looking for."
he does like a parrot smile, which I don't know what that looks like. It seems uncomfortable. But he goes, "Oh, fuck." For good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And Betty turns back around. How do you feel about making some money?
Oh, good reasons. Yes, I love that. Who are you? What do you want? How much are you paying me? Yes, I said yes already. Shit. Okay. No, that's okay.
That's a binding contract.
Yeah.
Verbal contracts.
Exactly. I'm the
there's-
king's clerical advisor. I know how this works.
What king?
Take a step up.
Yep.
Oh.
Do the pose.
Ooh.
Just-
Okay. Yes. You look
Argus.
familiar.
Argus Ironclaw of the
Yes.
Crest Mountains.
Yes, your dad broke my beak once. Yes. Okay. Please don't do that. It took a long time to heal. Okay. There's another mustel kind of like walking up very slowly. This massive Wolverine figure dressed in like this leather vest, and he has his arms crossed. And Captain Atlas turns around and goes, "Where the fuck have you been? I got thrown out again." Like that's your job is to make sure that this is Ripper. This is my first mate. You're supposed to make sure that doesn't happen.
Huh.
And the muscle just shrugs and goes, "Oh, all right, I guess." So, looking to book passage on the Bedlam Rose then.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Sure you've heard it is the finest ship to ever sail out of Salter's Port. I'm sure you've heard that it is the fastest ship to ever sail the Song Sea. Captained
No.
by the bravest captain that has ever manned the wheel.
And I think, like, as he's talking, Betty kind of wanders over and slings her arm around his shoulder. She goes, "Of course I've heard these things. You've told me yourself.
Oh,
You don't remember?"
I meet many pretty women, though none such as you that I've definitely met before.
Mm-hmm. And here I thought I'd made an impression.
Well, let's call this another first impression, as I have terrible memory when I drink, and I'm always drinking.
Well, Captain, we are looking...
That's me.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, yes, it is. We are looking to go to the Tangle Wilds
Oh,
immediately.
oh.
Primarily,
Well.
we need to go somewhere else first.
Ah,
Tangle Wilds is our final destination.
indeed. Is there somewhere private that we can talk?
Yes. Let's step
Can we go
into my
back
office.
inside? Oh.
Oh, it's not private in there at all. It's an open cave. It tends to echo a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is your office your ship?
It could be.
it's okay if it is.
It should be.
Okay. All right. There's a small shack with three walls just down the beach. I was gonna go there.
Ah.
We call that the office.
Is it big enough for all of us?
Sure, it has 3 walls.
It's got 3 walls, so it's exposed to the open.
So you're taking the job, right?
I believe I've already committed to that. However, I
Indeed.
would like to be
Yes.
paid for my troubles.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes, we
okay.
do for sure intend to pay you.
A reasonable amount, not nothing
I am
excessive.
reasonably priced.
Wonderful.
Mr. Broke Beak, sir.
It's
that-
it's fair weather.
Fair weather.
Captain
Sorry.
Atlas fair weather.
Fuck.
Yeah, like don't. I know there are some pirates who like name themselves after their like physical characteristics, but it's healed now, right?
My
It's straight.
apologies. It looks wonderful. It's
I
great.
thought it because you were like financially broke, not because your face broke.
I. Yep.
I tried to hold it in. I tried.
I can't. This is like time to just beat that down this man's self-esteem to get us a better
Oh.
price. Let's go.
Look, it's called negging, and we're getting a discount.
Oh,
I'm-
financial negging. Yes.
I'm so sorry. I only called you that because that's what Captain Tenderfoot called you. And he said that your ship is no good and that it is nothing compared to the Eloquence, and that the Eloquence is the best and fastest and grittiest and greatest, and he's the bestest captain. I don't believe him though. You seem awesome.
Thank you. I am awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
I
just
believed him.
wondering,
oh.
how do you feel about Tenderfoot?
Well, I used to work for the True Wind trading company, and they saw fit to end my employment under the advice of Captain Tenderfoot, who said that I was too reckless and too incautious with my crew and goods. So, yeah, he can stiff butts.
Okay. I like you. I like
I
you
like
a
you
lot.
too.
Well,
What?
Captain, I believe that you are just the person we're looking for.
Neat.
So let's make a deal.
Sure.
At your ship, shall we?
Yes.
Alright.
He points out a little bit further around the cove, and he goes, "It's that beauty right there." And he's not wrong. It is a rather impressive looking ship for the boastfulness that you see. It has this kind of like lighter wood that is trimmed with this kind of like shining silver. Probably not silver, but not iron. You know, it's
Silver.
like, yeah, it has a nice trim to it. It is a warship, as far as you can tell. So this is not even just a meager sailing ship, and this is not a longboat, and it's not even it's not even a sloop. This is a pretty decent sized ship. It seems to have some defenses to it. It has these majestic Shadow. What color are the sails?
Bright purple.
Bright purple sails. Let's see, Queon, what is the figurehead?
The figurehead, ooh. The figurehead it's just a depiction of the captain.
Incredible. Yes.
It's just a
Nice.
full depiction of the captain.
It's just a
Yeah, wings out.
Full Titanic.
full sculpted beauty. The most expensive thing on the ship is that thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Full Titanic pose.
It's incredible. Yeah. So yes, and you see that it is harbored not far out, and that there is a longboat that could take you out to it. Well, let's get to rowing. I don't row, so I'm just gonna stand at the front and point.
Oh, I
Somebody
have
paint me.
I have a feeling that between Betty and Argus, they could probably get to the ship pretty swiftly.
Yes. And you do so. He brings you aboard. You can see that there are a few sailors kind of milling about. The ship's not abandoned. And they help you all aboard. And the first mate kind of bringing up the rear. He escorts you all into his captain's quarters, closes the door behind. It's darker in here. He lights a couple of lanterns. He closes the windows. You said this one to be private. There is a map laid out on a table. He has a desk, some shelves with like knickknacks and books and, you know, charts and all the things that a captain should have. Several bottles of, you know, like there's like a wine rack. Okay, Tangle Wilds, got that. Soon as possible, can do. Anything else I need to know? And besides how much you're paying me?
Betty
Well,
kind
Tell
of
him-
gestures to Argus.
Yeah, tell him about the detour.
Well, we have 2 detours.
Oh.
One, we are heading. How do you feel about pirates?
Oh, I am one, sort of.
Sort of.
Well, I find myself above the law, but also I find it weird when pirates like congregate together, because that feels counterintuitive to the sense of ultimate freedom and piracy. I sometimes smuggle illicit goods. I'm not typically one to go out and like attack other ships, but in the sense that I will smuggle, that makes me a pirate of sorts. But they always throw me out of the cove because they say I'm not a real pirate.
What makes you a real pirate?
I don't know.
Well,
Or pillaging, I guess.
how would you like to fight
Maybe.
against the establishment?
Oh, I hate the establishment. Sure.
Well, the establishment of the pirates.
Yes?
Oh, because we will be heading there because they have something very precious to me, and I wish to get it back.
Oh. Okay. So,
But before that, we are heading to, and you'll look over to.
Oh, well, we have to go back inside of the tide swell because like we were just there, but like we have to go back, like we have to go inside of it, I think, because there might be some stuff that we need to get. I don't know, information to learn.
oh. Okay. Well, I am. I'm a frequent patron, even though they do throw me out. So, I could get you in.
How would you like to throw the person who threw you out the window out the window?
I would, but I'm very like upper body, like very weak. So that's why I have Ripper. And you notice like the first mate's just in the room, in the corner, standing totally still, very like Drax like, just a. It's wonderful.
Is the anchor nearby?
The anchor would be off the side of the ship right now.
Okay, cool.
Because
Because I was gonna
it
say,
is
Argus just,
anchored right now.
Argus just picks it up. You don't have to worry about upper body strength.
Oh damn!
Point me at the person, and out they go. Consider it part of our deal.
Neat. All right, I like this deal.
Yeah, and then the other detour, I guess. You're explaining the detours. So first there's the tide swell, and then
We're going straight to
And-
the cove.
Well, we're doing the Tideswell Cove, and then we're doing the pirates. It sounds like, and then we're going to the Tangle Wilds.
Wherever the pirates.
Halara!
Mhm.
Halara
what-
is in the Tangle Wilds, right? Maps are hard.
Alara, yes, it's the capital of
Yeah.
the Luzos Empire. Yes.
Yeah, so Cove, Halara, and then you need to kind of stick around and wait for us a bit so we have a way to get home. That'd be great.
Sure, I can. I'm actually from the Tangle Wilds originally.
You know,
Not
your
Halara,
coloration suggested that much. Oh, also, very important question. Betty, go like this. How do you feel about bananas on your boat?
Okay, bananas give off ethylene gas, and which
I
is
know, but
terribly...
we promised Greg. We promised Greg we get him a banana.
Okay,
Banana.
all right. We can put some bananas in a hammock. All right, you can have a banana hammock, but you
I will
can't
take a
let the
banana
banana hammock
hammock.
get near any other fruit.
What?
I will take a singular banana hammock because Greg and Buttercup, honestly, especially Buttercup, But we promised Greg with Soren, technically, but we're a we now.
Did.
So Soren promised Greg a banana.
Above table.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I feel like this is? I've been thinking about this for far too long. I should
cannot
be.
wait.
I'm so excited.
Shouldn't a bag of holding technically defeat?
Do we have a bag of holding?
Yeah, does
have
anybody
one
have a
of
bag of
those?
holding?
Nobody has a bag of holding.
Not I.
Nope.
I think Marley had a bag of holding.
Marley had
Oh.
the bag of holding and she exploded and died. We got nothing. We got canvas.
Hmm.
I love it how I'm like, did I have a bag of holding? Did I? Something
I
that I
can't
had?
remember. I remember we had.
So
we
what I
had-
Don't
think
worry,
as far
I'm
as-
gonna pull it.
It wasn't
up.
like a
Because of the
proper bag of
concept-
holding. It was like the half-assed bag of holding. But you were the interdimensional person, and then you died.
And you-
But because the
It's
concept
true.
of a bag of holding exists, COLD, that
Yes.
tells me that things would rot even in the extra dimensional space. So I feel
But
like if
there's
you put
no
bananas in there,
air.
it would-
There's no air. Yeah, that's again. This is why I've been thinking about this for
No,
one.
no,
It's a
There's-
valid point. There's no
And it's
air.
no, there is. It specifically states there's 10 minutes of air. You have 10 minutes before you start suffocating. So
Well,
every
that's
time
for
you open it up,
suffocating.
every time you
That's true.
open it up, you get 10 minutes of air back in the bag.
Well,
So
technically, that's for
if you
that's for
close
breathing
it
purposes.
and never open it again after 10 minutes, there's no air. But if you keep opening and closing it to grab your shit, you keep adding air.
I feel like,
I just need-
apples wouldn't oxidize. I might give you that. I think bananas still, because they produce their own rotting agent, as well, there's
Right.
the
You need
ethylene gas.
oxygen
I think
for
they
the
still
rotting
might.
agents.
I just need one seed. That's all I need. Just one seed.
Seed.
A seed.
One
We,
banana
we,
seed.
spent an hour and a half talking about worm sex. Can we not mention seed right now?
I would find it so upsetting for Soren to make an entire banana tree that then blooms into a bunch of bananas, totally destabilizing the ecology of an entire
God.
region.
Oh yeah, it would. So yeah.
Imagine Alder-heart-sized banana trees.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by Eva yelling at me in chat.
So
Not technically my middle name, Eva, but thank you.
I think that is where we are going to stop today.
God help us. I can't.
When we
for
come
it.
back, I will try to have an answer for this banana conundrum.
Yes.
Thank you.
I will. We will. We will get to your
made it to the
code
ship.
drama. You at least have established transit, so at least there's that.
Yes, you made it to the
series
ship,
is
we
not,
did.
The series is not going to be 12 sessions. I don't know what I was thinking. We will be we'll be back next week, folks. I'm gonna have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and where you can find more of them. Highly recommend that you do. Again, thank you to everyone who has donated to Fauna and Flora International. This game will continue to be in support of that. You can donate to that wonderful cause at any time and impact whatever our next game is. So keep that in mind. Yeah, let's go ahead and go around. Shadow, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Hi, yes, I'm Shadow. You can find me on Everywhere Relevant at Shadow Sylvia. You can find me here every Sunday and also on Tuesdays where we play Gate Night, and it's a good time. And again, that character has done nothing wrong ever.
No.
Nope. Mm-mm.
No, not a single
But
thing.
I don't play characters that do things wrong. That's it. That's the motto. Yesterday, there was an audio drama that was released from The Heart is a Dungeon, where I am one of the main voices. So you should go check it out. It's only 20-something minutes long. And then today or tomorrow, another episode of their ongoing show is coming out where I play a giant's daughter, and it's a great time. So you should also listen to that. I think that's all of the recent games that are coming out where my face will be there, or my voice. But yeah, otherwise I'll just be here and it'll be a good time. Okay,
You're also here on Tuesdays.
that's what I said. It's Gate Night.
Or did you? Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
missed that. I apologize. That's on me.
Wow,
Uh,
Derek trying to silence me once more.
Well, yeah. Next up, Liz.
Hi friends, I'm Liz. I just released a new game. That's literally all of the things that's going on in my life right now. I have a new one coming out soon, TM, where you can either kill or kiss the Fairy King. So stay tuned for that one. That'll be fun, I hope. I guess we'll see.
Love that.
Hee.
Where can we find all of your games? Is it
At that
EM?
link
At
Yep.
that link.
At that link in the chat right now.
.io.
Yep,
Check
they
out-
will.
check out
They
all
will
the-
be
all
there.
this solo stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
You got this. You got this.
Next up, Queon.
Hello, you beautiful people. I am Queon, aka Brother Queon, across all of the internets. I had so much fun playing Soren, and I love this group of people even more every time we play. What do I have going on? This is a good one. If you enjoy spooky things and like the Haunting of Adeline type of stuff, I will be over on Crit Hit Chronicles tonight playing for the Whispers of Sarah, and it is a very spooky, very scary situation, and I'm very excited, and I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble. Unlike Soren, I'm playing a himbo. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so fun. But yeah, other than that, I've pushed back the launch of Tales and Story because of some technical issues, because trying to find a store that actually ships across like the continent and the world is hard for a reasonable price. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But right now we're looking at pushing that to the 18th of this month. But yeah, other than that, I am excited, and all of that will be in my link tree in the little chat right here. So yeah, everything else is under NDA, and I can't say shit. So
Awesome. Thank you, Queon. Next up, Anniek.
Hi, I'm Anniek Marie, and today I had the honor of playing Mochi, who has never done anything wrong in her entire life either. Closing tonight at, and I'm side-eyeing Derek real hard because fucking time zones, 10 p.m. Pacific are the sign-ups for the game I am running for Spooktober, or whatever name it got this year, where I'm running this weird-ass hack of our woodland gods, where you're just a little culty baby in a little dark, terrifying woods, and your god died, and you have to find a new god before you die, honestly. And other than that, timelines. So Humblewood, considering the fact this is episode 4 and we still haven't left our own continent, is gonna take a little while. But after Humblewood, I get to GM again on the Sunday, well, your morning, my afternoon time slot, and I get to run Tales from the Loop and mother shit and other scary, scary things. So keep an eye on the Sorting Key socials, because I don't do my own, for when signups open for those sorts of things. Also, I've been poking Eva because I have 42 game systems I want to try, so I'm going to need people at some point for weird indie horror shit.
Sign us all up.
Honestly,
Yeah.
One of my home games ended, so I have Friday afternoons.
Let's
Nice.
go.
One of my characters married Strahd and everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Thanks.
all right. Not gonna touch that. Last but certainly not least, Christian.
Everybody, hey, what's up? My name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internets. I'm a TTRPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space. You can find me on games such as Chaos Theory on Mr. Shika Dance's channel every Friday. You can catch me on Tales of Novum, also on Fridays, because it's all pre-recorded. We love pre-recorded. Also on Friday on Tales of Novum. You can find me on Tragedy Theologian, Greek Myth Inspired 5e campaign. If you're looking for spooky, since we're talking spooky, you can find me on the Queen's Court Games's Harlem Unbound, Harlem Hellfighters Never Die. That was one of my favorite horror projects we've ever done. It's an all black cast, so it's all good, it's all chill. Other than that, I'm you can check where all my other games are on my socials, which is in the chat, I'm guessing. I can't see the chat right now. And we will have a bar fight, and then we will leave this continent by end of the next episode. that's guarantee.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
You gotta visualize it. You gotta say it out loud.
You
Yeah.
gotta manifest leaving
Yeah.
the continent.
Yes.
I have my like mood board, my goals board up there, and it's like next session. Get the
It's
fuck
right
out of
there. It's right
Yeah.
there. It's right there. Reach out for
Thank
it.
you to this wonderful cast for another great episode of Humblewood. I don't like stretching out this game. Oh no, twist my arm. Please check all these wonderful people out in any of those places that you can. Support them in their games. Buy the games that they make. Cast them in things that you do. They do fantastic stuff everywhere. For me, I am Derek Sword. Hi, I use he and pronouns. Sword is my real last name. It's awesome. No, you can't have it. I've been your GM for this game and many games. If you want to find me, that's fine. It's dsword16 on most socials. But I highly recommend you check out Sword and Key because that's where I post most stuff and just retweet it on my personal thing now. Sword and Key, you can find everything all in one nifty, nicely packaged place on beacons.ai/sword and key. You can find our link to join our Discord. You can find all of our other socials, Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, all sword __ key, just underscores between the words. You can find links to our other projects, including our podcast Monster Crush, which is a podcast I do with my friend LD. We talk about different cryptids, creatures, miscellaneous monsters from myth, and how smoochable they are. Our most recent episode, LD was an absolute trooper and brought her very own personal sleep paralysis demons. Which if you're familiar with sleep paralysis, even talking about it can be a trigger for it. It did not happen for LD, fortunately. But if you are somebody that experiences that, maybe don't listen to this episode. If it interests you, please listen to the episode. I'll say that. That's wherever podcasts are found. We have also our ongoing philanthropic endeavors like PCRF, which Zenith is currently raising money for, Fun and Flare International for this game, and Canine Companions for Independence, which we kind of raise money for throughout the year. We also have our affiliate ships, like for Greenlit Geek Dice. We have our link now for Hit Point Press. So if you were looking to purchase a copy of Humblewood for yourself, or the music, or something for Heckna, or some spell cards, animated spell cards, all that stuff and more is available through Hit Point Press. Please use our link since we are affiliated to show that they're not wasting their time by affiliating with us. Be very much appreciated. Other stuff coming up for Sword and Key because it's getting towards it's almost the end of the month, and October is going to be busy in the best of ways. So today is in fact the 29th. There it is. Tomorrow and every Monday ongoing, we should have our Cypher game at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's Journey to Book's End. It's fairy tale characters trying to get back to their home books and fighting and doing all the other F's to make sure they get there. We will be back with Gate Night this coming October 1st. That's Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's where LD, Shadow, and I play Baldur's Gate 3, and I don't let Shadow talk the whole time, as we've talked about here. Zenith is another one of our 5e games that plays every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Big city, like high diplomacy, backstabbing, monsters beneath the streets. Really cool game, fantastic cast for that. The 4th will begin our October movie nights. We're doing movie nights only on our Discord. We are doing double features every single Friday. It's not even every other. We're doing double features every single Friday throughout the month of October. The first one we're doing on the 4th there is a double feature of vampire movies. We're doing Bram Stoker's Dracula and The Lost Boys. Horizon's Call, our 5e nautical campaign, will be back on the 5th. So you can check that out for even more nautical nonsense. That is a 4-season, 3-year, ongoing campaign that we've had here on Sword and Key. And then Humblewood will be back next Sunday as well, and we'll play until we get to the story. But we'll be 10 a.m. Pacific time on Sundays. As we get towards the holidays, we'll probably take a pause and we'll have weeks off as needs be. That'll be the case for all the games, but October is going to be, like I said, busy. We have a lot of one-shots that we are casting for right now, so you still have less than 12 hours. You actually have less than 9 hours now, almost 9.5, or I should say less than 10 hours. You have 9.5 hours to still apply to play in one of 5 one-shots here on Sword and Key. We have, as Anniek was saying, Hack of Woodland Gods. We have a game being run by LD, which she created, called Stop Flaming Preps, which is about My Immortal, the Harry Potter fanfic, which is very gothic and early 2000s hot topic. We have a Monster of the Week game that I'm running, a Slayers game that I'm running. We are not casting for this, but we do have a Night of Fright Part 2 with the same cast we had last year, so the Scooby Gang in D&D. And a Call of Cthulhu game being run by Wild on Wednesday. So I'm not going to go through the entire calendar because it is a lengthy calendar, but if you want to play any of those games, please check out that application today, soon, now, and don't wait. We do have a lot of wonderful people who've already applied, so thank you very much for that. But hey, you can toss your hat in the ring as well. So yes, lots of movie nights. Discord's the best place to be. That's where we put our applications first. Anyway, we'll have more applications out soon probably in the new year. But that's where the movie nights are. That's where everybody's hanging out. So don't miss out on stuff. That I believe is it for Sword and Key and it for us here at Humblewood. Again, thank you for donations to Fauna and Flora International. Until next time, well, I will say we are going to be rating Kaila Castleberry, who is a mod over here. She is actually on her own channel, back from the abyss. She has brought her channel back just for this weekend, where she is raising money to write Love in Our Arms. Has some great incentives over there. So please go spread some positivity. And again, great cause to donate money to if you have some extra bucks sitting around. So yes, and until next week, remember the Humblewood motto: no body, no crime, no drama. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next week.